All right. Damn, that was a really quick in on YouTube. Wow, I love it. Hey, y'all, we're going live to continue from a couple days ago where we were live and I lost power. Though I was being really stupid. I wanted to go live so bad that I didn't care that there were lightning storms and stuff. I need to fix my lighting and filters because it looks horrible, but I don't care. We'll do it next stream because I want to stream with you. But it's Sunday, and I've been busy all day, and I just want to roll in. Now, let's get you caught up on exactly what happened. Let's go over here to the newsroom, to the really bad looking newsroom. If it didn't look so cheesy, it wouldn't be passable. It's the only reason it's passable. Breaking news. No, actually, turn it off. Turn it off. It's not breaking news because we've known that these YouTubers do this for a while. I'm having a hard time processing this. I got Navy with me. I'm having a hard time processing the fact that these two YouTubers believe that they should be able to stalk people's families because they don't like what we are saying about them. And that's their side. If you've heard what Betty had to say, that's their side, Navy. They want to be able to go after your family if they don't like what you say about them. Now, here's the deal. When they go after your family, they're going to pretend like, oh no, we had normal reasons to do this. So very quickly, before Navy comes in, the doxing, Betty, was when you and a felon ID thief, a man that has stolen IDs in the past and gone to prison for very long periods of time for doing these things. You sit down with him and give him and look and stalk through people's IDs. Now, if you wanted to make an argument that I'm a public figure and you can somehow, it's okay for you to look at look up things about me, that could be an argument that you can't make because you stalked my family. Every one of those people are not public figures. They've never been public figures. Some of them are just the complete and total, utter opposite of public figures. So you know what you did. You did it because the doxing was when you and JLR, when you got mad while you were watching my videos where I completely exposed you two for being the kind of just disgusting, degenerate people that you are, and the way that you treat people in tragedies, the way that you try to monetize these tragedies. I'm really very, very, I don't know what word to use, proud or just happy or whatever with people like Forgotten Whispers, The Jane Show, Evil Ducky, just all these people that have gone out and started to upload videos showing what JLR is, knowing that JLR is this kind of creeper. And he's not a Betty. This is like you choking somebody now, right now on video, you know, because JLR can't, he's been put into prison for stalking people, stalking their identities, and then wielding those identities to commit crimes to steal money from those people. And you just went and did this with him. You know it's wrong. You know I shouldn't have to say it. And it's just, if you want to be that, that's fine, but you should at least own it. It's almost like when y'all go out onto someone's property and go walk up on their property, okay, and film their property on your live streams. You trespass, you are filmed trespassing. And I could show you many examples of this. Let's just stick with this one. And you go up, you just record a private citizen's home that has nothing to do with anything that you're doing. You record the home from their property. This is proven. This is not, you know, some guess or some joke. There's Betty with you on the property. Oh no, there's Betty too. And when you get confronted by this man and he runs up to JLR and he threatens to punch this, I showed this when it happened. I really don't think I'm going to show it right now because, again, I'd love YouTube to actually allow me to have a single stream ever that isn't completely yellow signed from the start. Let's check it real fast. You know I have to do this. Yellow. It's going to be yellow. It's going to be. Oh, Navy, we have to be on our best behavior. It's not. I can't believe it.
Oh, good Lord.
I can't believe it. We got to be on our best behavior. No cursing. And we got to try to, we got to do this the right way. But as you see this, I would hit play on this, but if I did, this man is yelling at top of his lungs. If you want to see this clip, Forgotten Whispers has done a just brilliant video 2 days ago. Brilliant video. Now, Forgotten Whispers even went in and found, and I hope Forgotten Whispers doesn't mind if I play some of this. If she's in the chat, somebody let Navy know or something. But because I don't want to step on any clip channel at all. Though you guys are doing some great work. I just want more people to see your work, and I do share your stuff. So if you don't have an issue, let me know, because I've been looking for past news broadcasts about JLR, and I've found some, but Forgotten Whispers has news broadcasts in this video, and I'm going to play these clips, just the news broadcast clips, unless she gives me permission to play more. They're short, and they're news broadcasts of things that JLR has done. It's just really stuff that you need to see. And we need to show. But see, what Betty and JLR do when they're confronted by the owner of this property, the owner of the property, he takes his video that he has of them trespassing on his property, and he puts it on his cell phone, walks out into the street, walks right up to JLR and says, "You were on my property, and I'm going to beat you up." And JLR literally pees his pants and does the stanky leg, trying to kick the pee off his socks, and cries like a baby, screaming, "You're going to go to prison. You're going to go to..." The guy didn't do anything to you. He hasn't hit you. He hasn't touched you. He hasn't done anything wrong. You're allowed to scream with the bullhorn. But every time somebody comes out and raises their voice at you, you pee your pants, like I've shown several times, JLR. But here's the big thing. He lies to this man. He tells this man, oh, we got closed captions for this part. I'll play it without any audio, so that we don't get, the screaming and yelling. But as you can see, very angry man. And Betty tries to interrupt him, and he goes, "Shut up, B." And it's just the best, most miraculous clip ever. But JLR is telling this man that he did not trespass on his property. And the man holds up the phone and says, "Yes, you did. Here you are doing it," because they're dishonest. If they weren't doing the wrong thing, if they were not doing what they're not supposed to do, they wouldn't lie when confronted. They would calm the man down, and they would tell the man, "Here's how I'm allowed to be doing what I did. I didn't do anything wrong." But then again, Navy, he did. He walked on that man's property and he just stood there for a good 10 minutes filming all over the property. For what reason? Why? And what do you think? That you saw the clip before we went live, right?
Oh, them being on the property? Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're out there to instigate trouble is all they're trying to do. They're out there to instigate trouble, to start stuff with the cops, to start stuff with the people in the neighborhood, because they know it's going to get them clicks and views. And that's all it is. They're nothing more than childish instigators. They've never helped a single person.
Very much. And just like where they lie here after they've done something wrong, they've been lying about what they did when they donated to my PayPal. Because again, they targeted regular citizens. They doxed and stalked regular citizens, and then tried to take details of those citizens' lives and send them to me in my PayPal, trying to get me nervous about them going after my family. But here's the deal. They don't know who they're dealing with, right? You think I'm goofy. You think I'm crazy. You think I'm weird. You think any of the things you think about me, you have no clue what would happen if you actually did go after any member that you targeted in that, in those messages, those PayPal messages to me. But we're going to handle that. In fact, we're going to have some really good news for Betty and JLR here in a few weeks, but can't talk about that. What I can talk about is what Betty said. Now, Betty is extremely butthurt in this clip. Now, she gets even more butthurt after the clip, because I heard what she said here, and we're going to be, there's a lot of like really cringy material, because Betty thinks that I have 7,000 subscribers. She thinks, well, at least that's what she says to her audience, right? She tries to say she doesn't want to give me a shout out. Betty, why would you not mention a YouTuber that's got way more subs than you do? It's really weird that you would I don't want to give him a shout out. I don't need your shout out. I'm doing better than you. I'm bigger than you on this platform, much bigger. I've got way more influence. I've got way more relevancy. I've got way more of an eye supporting rockAlot. Your hard work is appreciated. Thank you. Is that Spivey? Is that the Spivester? What's up? Oh my goodness. See, I always say it. Everybody might not like everything we cover, but when we do hit something that you like, everybody jumps back, and I love having an audience like that. I appreciate you being here, Spivey. Really good to see you. Now, here's the thing. For a couple reasons, they have shown me what I need to know. They've shown me that they aren't like what she did when she went after nonsense. She tried to do the same thing to nonsense in a way. She didn't go grab a bunch of Nonsense's family members' names, but she did try by naming her mother's old address. And going a step further, this is a tactic. If it was one time or if it was a mess up, it'd be a lot different than someone who intentionally does this a lot. So we're going to hear out of the horse's mouth, out of the tragedy, out of the local's mouth. There we go. We're going to hear her make excuses for what she did. And though at the same time, if you recall the great video that I keep playing where Betty is talking about, what's that guy's name? Duty Ron. And I'm saying the T really hard on purpose. Duty Ron. And she flips out at the end of it. And she's trying to say, they make my life hell and all this stuff, but ends up telling her audience to go make Duty Ron and Queen Bee's life hell. It's the same kind of thing happens here. And she admits to some things that I think she knows puts her in, not only is she way below me when it comes to the number of subscribers that I have, I don't know why she makes that such a big deal, but she really does. And I think it just bothers her that I've got more subs than her. It really bothers her. You can just tell. But unlike Betty, I'm not a narcissist about the amount of subs that I have, or I would be on my biggest channel doing all of this, right? I'd make this a staple on at least UNIRock 2, my second channel that's got over 20,000 subs, because at least there I could go and do what I'm doing here now to a lot more people. But the point is, it's this content, these people are too irrelevant for me to feature on UNIRock 2 in that way. They're too they just don't matter to that extent. I don't mind doing a couple videos kind of exposing them to my audience. My audience, though, there is expecting a little bigger caliber of stuff when we go over there with anything. So let's go ahead. Navy, I want you to give anywhere that I didn't let you weigh in, jump in here before we get going. But do you have anything to weigh in there? I know I kind of skipped over you a little bit.
Honestly, the funny thing about this is when she gets toward the end, you can tell that Betty's really bothered by this, right? She's starting to lose her mind, right?
Oh yeah.
First off, she's starting to you can just see her physical changes and stuff like that. Show a person who's not getting a lot of sleep, who's running around crazy because she knows she's about to lose her channel. And yes. So at the very end, she actually just has a true Betty moment and just goes, "Go give them hell. They make my life hell." And that's letting you know that everything that is being said about her bullshit or her BS
well, that's
is
not
actually
this
having.
Clip. That was that one clip of Duty. Okay. That was the Duty Ron clip where she yelled that. But I get what you're saying. You're right.
Yeah.
And she does that here too, even worse. And you're right. So my opinion is much like yours. She is going to lose her channel. And it has nothing to do with me. I think it's going to have to do with people who she has doxed and targeted and stalked. You know, not myself, but many other people that aren't YouTubers, right? Somehow, I think there is something legal there. I don't know. We need, you know what we need to do? Get Nate the lawyer here. Or even if Nate says, because Nate will come in if he knows, right? If Nate doesn't know, he's straight going to tell you. He'll still come on, but he'll just be like, look, I'm not going to have anything there. Though Nate can talk to other lawyers, or he could get us in touch with a lawyer that would know that we could have come on. But I think that there is a thing with public figures in a gray area when it comes to YouTubers that are at the size that we all are, where we are in a here's how YouTube works. If it's legally arguable, they're going to defer it to court instead of making a decision. So instead of doxing Betty or banning Betty for doxing, they're going to go in and say, you know, you did this to a public figure. In court, you may be able to argue that, you know, you had some right to talk about that person. Now, again, that will not apply to the private citizens that they do this stuff to. So I just want to get that out of the way. When it comes to me, do I think she'll get banned? Yes, for what she did. But because for whatever reason, she was so, I don't know if she was drunk. I don't know if she just wasn't thinking, or like Navy says, if you look at her body language, if she obviously hasn't been sleeping. She's not eating healthy. She's not getting any exercise. She's not getting any sun. I don't know what's going on with her, but that could be the thing causing her to kind of like target citizens, just private citizens. She should have never included them in her doxing because she doesn't have any argument to look them up and to use her PayPal, her brand, her PayPal, her YouTube brand PayPal. It's every single video. It's right there. She has no excuse to use that PayPal to dox and target private citizens in a threatening way like her and JLR did. I think we've got that out, and let's get moving.
I had a little bit of comedy yesterday, so this is absolutely hilarious. So
I love how she's trying to convince us that it's hilarious when she is peeing her pants. And it looks like she took a shower, pulled her hair back, put on earrings, did some makeup. Very different Betty, right? You noticing this, Navy?
It helps when you bathe regularly. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I was trying to hold it in. Yes. But I want to know the chat too. Where's my chat? Right here. Hey, Chronicles. Hey, Chronicles. Hey, In Your Face. Hey, Rachel. Wild Violet. Wonder Twin. Wicked. Minnie. Headstones. Allie. Damn, you guys are chilling. I love it. Hey, Meanie Frog. Good to see all of you. Glad you're here. I want to know, though, make sure you're telling me what you think. This is a different Betty. A completely different Betty. I don't know. Maybe she because she's talking about me, she was like, I'm going to get all prettied up. I don't know.
People started texting my phone. It's like, something's going off on this particular creator. I'm not going to plug his channel. It's a smaller channel.
It's a smaller channel. Oh, man. What a jelly brain. What a jellyfish brain.
It wasn't the other day when we went streaming on UNIRock 2. It wasn't a smaller channel, Betty.
And it wasn't a smaller channel when I posted on UNIRocktv and let all 30 whatever thousand subscribers there know that Betty and JLR doxed me. Made sure to go to UNIRock 2 where there is 20-some thousand. I will be up front. There's at least 5,000 to 6,000 people on UNIRock 2 that joined from UNIRocktv, but there are a lot of new people there due to the fact that right around the 5,000 subscriber mark on UNIRock 2, 5,000 to 6,000 is where I stopped posting completely on UNIRocktv. So that's why after that mark, after 15 or plus thousand people really did not come from UNIRocktv. So anyway,
that thinks he's big stuff on the streets of YouTube, and it's got the secret numbers and stuff like that. He's gonna.
No, I don't have the secret numbers. I love Menace to sobriety because Menace went in to YouTube's terms of service and showed this, which proves that I'm not claiming to have secret anything, Betty. I'm talking about what I actually have, okay? So maybe, Navy, do you think she's saying that it's secret because she thinks I've got 7,000 subs, so she thinks I don't have access to this? Or do you think that she just doesn't know that we can do this? Well, what's your thoughts before I read this?
I think that she thinks because we're streaming on a channel that's smaller than hers that you've been on YouTube less time. And so there's no way that you have access to anything or know anything about YouTube. The same way she claims you don't know anything about the law.
Wow, what a fail. how embarrassing that would be if that's the case. Actually, both scenarios is very embarrassing for her. It very much exercises her incompetence. Get in touch with the YouTube creator support team. If you're an eligible creator, you can get access to our creator support team. It includes creators monetizing with the partner program. See, that's why when I told you in the stream I did about her doxing and everything, the first response to her and JLR doxing, I had said that I'm going to directly contact YouTube because this does have to do with me, and also will be going to Team YouTube through Twitter to make sure that it gets into the hands of YouTube in every way possible to get this resolved to the rules. I want them to look at my streams about you, anything and everything I've ever said or did. They can even go back before you. They could go back to the beginning of my channels because the majority of my content already has been looked at by them if you go back 2 years, 2.5 years. So anyway, the point is, I know that since I monetized, I've had this option. Though it's very possible that YouTube maybe reserves this nowadays for creators that hit a certain milestone. Betty, though, she's got 20K. She has to know about this. She has to, if she's even looked at her studio and read through it, when she signed her contracts, when she's interacted with YouTube, when she gets a notification from them telling you, hey, watch this video, we've had some changes to our policy. She has to know about this. Though maybe it's because she just can't stomach the fact that I wasn't lying. See, you notice how she's acting like I'm lying, right? So I just want to put it to rest to everyone out there. Betty is the liar. If Betty was even the slightest bit honest after I finish reading this to you, she would go back to her channel and let people know that she was wrong and I was right. I wasn't acting like I have any special or secret access, okay? I literally, though, have access. I do have access. That was my point. You can go listen to what I said. Anyway, I'm very specific when I do a stream for this reason. When I'm dealing with certain people, I know whether I have to be very specific or not, okay? Now, how can we help? If you're facing a problem, you want to get the most out of YouTube, we can help with a lot of stuff. And you can answering your account and channel management options, following policy and copyright guidelines, fixing content ID and rights management, troubleshooting and fixing issues with your account. Though you can use this if you can't get a hold of YouTube, if someone's doxing you, if someone is doing something they shouldn't be doing to you, you can go through them and have them help you make sure that your issue is dealt with. Now, I just want to make sure Betty sees this, okay? Want to make sure she sees this. If she has any issues, she can go to the YouTube or Google support blog and look for where it talks about benefits that you get under monetizing, okay? So that's where you need to go so that you can educate yourself from where you made yourself look very uneducated.
Take us down, right? I hear.
I never said I was going to take you down either. I said that I was going to send in what you did to Team YouTube. So again, you're lying. There's lie number. Can we keep a lie chart? Can we keep a lie amount? Maybe would that be okay? Or make an amount of lies or something?
I don't know if we'd have enough computer space.
Is that lie 2 or 3? I just got messed up. I'll be nice. We'll give her this is a jellyfish lie. She's at number 2. Okay, we'll be nice.
Hear this, and I can't stop cracking up. So people are texting me that this one creator's going off. He's having a hissy fit, like literally triggered on his live. You know, he's.
Yeah. There's the next lie because I wasn't triggered on any live. In fact, I was laughing at you. I was laughing at the fact that you thought that by doing this, you were somehow going to intimidate me. We were making fun of you. See, I don't know. What you need to do, Betty, is go to the Random House Dictionary and look up the definition of triggered and re-educate yourself, because in reality, you're the one triggered. That's why you're lying so much. Everything I said was true. We weren't triggered, and it was a pretty damn good video.
He's raging, right? What you call raging on YouTube, apparently. But apparently, and I don't know if this is true, you know,
I've listened to my video. I didn't rage at all. Navy, you can help me though. How often do you think I raged in the video?
I don't even remember you raging in the video.
I don't either.
At all.
Let audience hook me up. Those of you, we'll ask for people that were there, people that watched the video. How often did I rage? Type it in the chat.
It could be a number of trolls or who knows, right? You never know where some of this stuff comes from. But apparently, this creator received a $1 PayPal from JLRs. You
sent it too. See, you sent one too. And I said that it's really weird. She acts like she saw the video, but at the same time is very she could basically tell people right here the facts that she got a $1 PayPal from her and JLR. I don't know why she would split it up. It's very dishonest. It's very weird. But one of the things here is though, I want to make sure you guys know what I did in case you didn't see the video. It was days ago. Whoa. Sammy says, how is it a dox if it wasn't public? Please tell. The doxing, I already explained, Sammy. Just rewind. I handled it at the beginning of this video. You're more than welcome to go listen. You tell you what, I'll do you a favor, Sammy, Betty, or JLR on your sock accounts. It was a dox because by sending that information that I've never put out anywhere, they have proven that they doxed those people together. If they wouldn't have both done it, they could have argued that it wasn't a dox. They could have said, hey, I looked it up myself and I sent it to you. But because they both did it, they did it together, and they both, while with a malicious intent, when they were angry at me due to me doing my video, went and pursued information about me, not being happy with what they found out about me, not having anything they could try to use against me. They then thought, well, we're going to have to go to his family. And by then looking up not just family members, but by looking up their addresses and attempting to dox their addresses, they dox. That's doxing. You see, doxing is not just publishing information. In fact, publishing information, if that was the dox, the news, most commentary YouTubers, anyone that has to look up information on somebody would be doxing people to some extent sometimes if it was the publishing of certain information that was doxing. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. In the terms of service, which is what I was talking about in my video, the dox comes from the malicious action. You're not going and looking it up for a video where you're respecting privacy. You're only keeping it yourself in a safe place where you know nothing bad is going to happen with that information. The minute you involve someone else in it, sharing the information, especially if you're sharing it to someone that's irresponsible. In fact, you can share it with someone, but sharing it with someone who's had a charge like that, looking it up with someone that has a charge like that, it is a dox. JLR's not even supposed to be stalking anybody. He's not supposed to be digging on people. And especially if he's going to, he should treat that information in a private way. So the fact that they shared this information between each other, and I already know who else they've shared it with. In fact, they have been kind of blabbing their mouths in the background to some people that don't like what they've been doing. So we've got a lot more information on them than we're going to put public. But I'll just go with what's public. It's absolutely a dox. But great question. Thank you.
Saying something like, will you be willing to meet me for an interview with so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so at so-and-so address? Okay.
That's not what he said at all. So what you're doing right here is lying about what JLR said. And, you know, you just proved that you sat with JLR and did this, just so you know. Because I know some of the sock accounts in the chat are going to try to say, okay, he's got us on doxing, so now we're going to have to make it look like we didn't do it together and we can try to get out of this. No, because Betty has already admitted that she has information that she shouldn't have, because the only place she should be able to get the information if she didn't do it with JLR is from my video. Unless JLR did a video and talked about it, which I haven't seen. And again, that wouldn't matter anyway, because I know that before this video, when this video came out, he hadn't done a video. So she has shared that information, did do this with JLR. And again, I even have more proof than that. I'll go ahead and give you one piece of it. The two messages came through right next to each other. They did it together and then sent the messages one after the other.
Okay, this is a PayPal. PayPal to me is like private. I don't see other people's what they're receiving on PayPal. Like, somehow this turned into he's trying to say that he's being harassed and doxxed because he was.
No, you did harass and you did dox. Not just me, but you did these other people. You had to dox me to get their names and information about where you thought they lived. Number one. You then putting it into the PayPal. You sending the PayPal was just letting me know that you had doxed me and that you had been digging on me and sharing information with other people that if you wanted to make the argument, I only shared that information with people that I know that I can trust. Someone who has a commentary channel on YouTube and does not dox people, does not share private information, that puts out their videos and they respect people's information. Maybe you could make the argument then. The PayPals are the proof that you and JLR maliciously sat and doxed people that aren't on YouTube. You used me and dug on me. You took their information and then you tried to send it to me to intimidate me. JLR did not even ask for an interview with those people. He just named them. See, if JLR would have typed it like you said he typed it, you wouldn't have an argument, but you could at least attempt to make it. You might have want to talk to your friend to see, oh, Uni's lying again. Okay, talk to your friend. Ask him to show you what he sent to me, because then you'll know that I'm right. He didn't say he wanted an interview with them or anything. He had listed their names and addresses and things to try and intimidate. And then doesn't she make a statement in this video that, oh, I can put another lie on the LIO meter also. Navy, you said that she makes a statement in this video that, from what you said, that she will go after your grandma or she'll go after your family or something like that, right?
It wasn't in this video. It was in another video where she was talking about people that come after her, right? That, you come after me, I'm going to come after you, your family, your grandparents, right? Okay, so she admitted it in a previous video.
Okay, gotcha.
Asked for an interview. I don't recall him ever saying that he's ever been asked for an interview from JLR before.
Excuse me? What does it have to do with anything?
Right. So I don't know how that quite. Yeah, this is where stupid people come up with like their stupid laws. They think they know the laws. They use things like stalking and harassing, and what they're describing is none of that, right? But
okay, we're adding another lie to the LIO meter because she's being deceptive. I made sure to tell you that I didn't care about the law. I care about YouTube terms of service. Okay, just so you know, I'm talking from a YouTube terms of service perspective. You doxed me and you broke the terms of service of PayPal, YouTube, and the other platforms you are on. That's a direct quote from that night. I said it exactly like that night. So, gotcha again, big brain. Go ahead, Navy.
Well, one thing I want to say is a couple of these chuckleheads in the live chat, right? If I come up to you, and let's say you have a family, right? And I come up and we get into some kind of stupid online tiff because you're calling me out on my BS. And I say, hey, why don't we meet on such and such street, which happens to be right next to where you live, supposedly, right? And we can have an interview. Why don't you bring along those 2 kids of yours, right? If I say that, are you telling me that all I'm doing is asking to interview you and your 2 kids? Are you that stupid?
They are, yes. But no, mods, just block people that are doing that. These are Betty and JLR's sock accounts. It's either one or both of them. So just block them. I mean, I'm not giving them space in my chat anyway. Block them when they come up. Let me see what I got set right here. All right, we're going to toggle that off. And yeah, just block the living shit out of them.
They gaslight their audience into thinking that they know what they're talking about. Whatever.
That's you. You see, gaslighting, because you don't know the definition, is where you lie about something that happened in specific ways so that you can try to convince people that it happened the way that you're saying. It's not just lying. It's lying with an intent to change the past in a way that you benefit from. And it's typically used in the context of a narcissist, which you are, and especially JLR, but he's also a psychopath, but also used from the context of someone that is suffered a narcissistic injury, someone that's trying to Darvo, which is exactly what you're trying to do here. You have done something to, and again, I've stated a million times over, whether you want to say that you've done something to me or not, the people that you included, the people that you looked up, you did not just look up their names or else you'd have an argument. You looked up their addresses. See how I've already thought about all of this before I did my video. I already went through all of it to make sure that when I came out and said what I said, I wasn't lying on you. I wasn't saying anything that wasn't absolutely true due to what you did. You included addresses that you claimed were the address of an individual that you wanted to meet up and go to or something. So that right there shows that you did not just look up their names because you wanted an interview with them. You were trying to communicate to me that you would go there, or you wanted to leave it open-ended so that I would fill in the blank. Now, YouTube, and I will go ahead and help Betty out so that she doesn't think that I was lying in my video. I'll actually prove it for any of these sock accounts in the chat. You can go to the 2019, it was later in the year. I'll guess it was in October, could have been November, but the 2019 update to terms of service, where YouTube stated that they were making changes to their TOS to try to stop exactly what you and JLR did. See, they got too many people filing legal notices from lawyers and legal complaints, along with reports and tagging Team YouTube and turning in support requests about how people were doxing, but they were doing it while attempting to dress it up as something different, or basically trying to make it look like they were doing something else to protect themselves, because so many people at that time were getting banned for doxing, getting banned for threatening. So they basically had to change their method. So YouTube said, we're updating the terms of service to tell these people, listen, when you ask somebody for an interview, when you ask somebody, I'm only using that example because it's here, but when you interact with someone on YouTube, or when you interact with someone, even a viewer, it doesn't have to be a creator, you need to be specific, not vague. You need to make sure there's a reason for what you're saying and doing, so that you don't get banned because okay, I'm going to ask Markiplier for an interview tomorrow, but I'm going to name his kids, his wife, his ex-wife, and his grandparents, and I'm going to try to name where they live. Am I doxing and intimidating him, or am I asking for an interview? You are doxing and intimidating. You've lost, Betty. It's over. Nice try, though. Now, not only did they update the 2019 terms of service, but they did it again in 2021 to make it even stricter than they did in 2019. And you can go and look for these posts to the YouTube, maybe that was the YouTube blog, is where they first talk about it. But don't just go there. Make sure that from the YouTube blog, once you find the changes to the TOS that I'm mentioning, because they are there, I've shown them many times on this stream, that you then go to the source or go to the place where they updated the terms of service, because the blog isn't the terms of service. The blog is letting you know the intent, the changes, what they're trying to do, and they want to make sure that the creators know, so that we don't get ourselves banned for doing those things. They don't want us to be shocked. Make sure you go to the terms of service, because you're obviously very uneducated on it and very confused.
So anyways, I'm tickled pink over this. I don't know if JLR did it. I still haven't confirmed one way or another whether that truly came from JLR, but I thought it was kind of...
It did truly come from JLR. It was his... See, do you notice that she already said she knew that JLR did this? She knew what JLR sent me, right? But somehow now she doesn't even know if it really came from JLR. Because I think, and this is my opinion, but it's pretty obvious, that by this point, she's realized. Remember the tickled pink part? This is something that Betty does. When Betty realizes how deep she's in it, she tries to keep her anger down. She tries to, she wants to make it look like she's happy and laughing. She tries too hard and it comes off as too fake. It's how she's kind of done herself in. But then she will start to say things that just don't make sense. You're tickled pink. You're tickled pink because you tried to intimidate and dox somebody. Okay, that doesn't make sense. You're tickled pink because I talked about it. That doesn't make sense, right? Now you're saying you don't even know if it came from JLR to try to defend you and JLR. I wonder what your brain thought while you were throwing out these weird things about being tickled. Could it be that you realized exactly what I just said before this? Yes, that's exactly what it is.
So I'm like, well, heck, let me go ahead and send him a super chat as well. And told him to send Jonathan back $1. I contributed $1, by the way. Told him to send Jonathan back the $1 and say that he...
Hold on, I'd already reported Jonathan, while I was sitting there doing it, you had sent the other. Like, well, hold on a minute. It doesn't really make sense. You did it like pretty much right away. So how is it that Jonathan did it and then you wanted to tell me to send it back to him or something? Like, does that make sense, Navy? Like, that doesn't even make sense, I don't think.
I don't know, because every time she opens her mouth, all I hear is womp, 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 and I just don't understand what she says. She never makes any dang sense.
I can't track this, but I'll let her keep going.
He'd be willing to meet him for an interview with, 4 family members, his ex-wife, his dad, and another family member at their body shop. I'm wondering if he's going to take that.
It's not his. You're wrong. You didn't just name the body shop. You put addresses in. So this is where, no matter what you're going to say here, again, you're done. You know you are. But again, what you want you want interviews with these family members that have I haven't talked to one of them in so fucking long. I might have only seen them a couple times in a period of 10 years. One of them. Another one of them, I would love to see them more, honestly. I did talk to them after this, but I would love to see them more. It's just things aren't working out and I feel bad about it. But anyway, the thing is, you don't have a reason. You don't know them. You don't know how they fit into it. You didn't want your claim that you want an interview has been busted because of who those people were. And I'm not going to give you information about them so that you get what you want from what you did. You need information about me or about a family member of mine. You're desperate. You just think that if you get something on me, you'll be able to threaten me. And that's what you're trying to do here. But again, you failed. I'm not intimidated. The people you named are not what you think they are or something. And one thing I will state, because I might have said it on YouTube, but I might have just said it in Discord. The body shop, we don't own it. My family doesn't own it. I don't own it. You have failed. You are wrong. You have lied. You don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead, Navy. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, the thing that I'm just going to point this out again. I know I'm beating a dead horse over here, but why would they want to interview you and random people, right? That are supposedly associated with you at a auto shop? Is he doing a story on an auto shop?
Exactly. But again, they are not even, there's no anything that would have told them they were associated with me other than them being family members in some way, right? That would be it. So, I mean, it would be, okay, so here's the deal. It would be easy. Again, we have to look at where they got this information from. Where they got it from was social media accounts. So they've gone and tried to stalk any social media account that they could. And it would have taken them a while because the people that are around me, they don't link to me or they don't include anything they've done with me or whatever, right? They would have had to have like taken some ancient post or something out there or whatever and tried to just creep and creep and creep to find people's names or something or find some link between things, which is the doxing. It proves you did the doxing. There is nowhere for you to gain these people's information and their names. Do you want to put out where you got this information from? Oh, you won't, because you know that you creeped social media for a long period of time in order to even barely get what you had. And the reason the information is like I said, irrelevant, it's just not anything current to any degree, is because you're that desperate, right? It's all they could find. They creeped and creeped and creeped, and they were left with just that.
As doxing as well, even though nobody can see it, and only he, but I guess somehow...
No, again, doxing is the act of you going through and stalking me and my family. That's the doxing, the cyber stalking. You and JLR sharing your discoveries with each other and aiding each other in finding the information is another aspect of the doxing. The main aspect of the doxing is that this is a response to a video that I did outing JLR as a worshiper of child aboo-booers, of child goodbyers, and worshiping serial murmurers, taking baby dolls and cutting the faces of those people out, talking to them for long periods of time, not a day for a video. We're talking months and months and months of all these videos, eating all these laxatives, holding up his panties where his doo-doo stains are in them, all the things that he did to make him look bad. He knows if his audience sees this, they're done with him. He is angered at the fact that I showed the truth. You haven't addressed, tell me this, Navy, does she even address my video at all? Which is the reason they did this. In any way, do they address the video?
That I'm aware of, no. Nope.
Exactly. They can't address the video. She wouldn't want to address any of the video to her audience because some of her audience is part of JLR's audience. They've got a good mixture going on. And JLR wants, no matter what, none of you to share him holding up those panties and put a tag underneath when you're sharing it that JLR pooed his panties. He would never want you to share the fact that he literally believes that he's best friends with these people that took the lives of those, okay? The serial UNOs. This information is terrifying to him, but it's also terrifying to Betty. Now, all that information I put out was fact checkable. I showed where the mainstream media reported on everything that I put out. I showed that it all was true, right? This is factual. You guys saw the video. The stuff I put out about JLR, you know where to go see it. You know where to go find it. You know how to fact check it because I did what they won't do, and I showed you how to do it in the video. So I do the video, which causes them to do the doxing. They were angry. It's a malicious reason to look me up, to look the family members up. Now, again, they always get away with doxing a YouTuber, especially one that has subs. So I do think that's why she wants to say, 7,000 subs is because she knows that one of the main reasons why she'll target me is because I do have a bigger channel. And if she does make it into court, she could use the public figure defense. But Betty, why did the police tell me that you have no right to go after, dox, and to share personal information? You shared factually personal information about private citizens in a threatening way. You did. That is absolutely what you did. So I really do think you're not. I think you're the triggered one. And I think that you're the one that's mad because you've been outed. You've been busted. See, the title of this one includes YouTubers busted doing, I can't see the rest of it. YouTubers busted, it's JLR investigates and Bullhorn Betty are stalkers part 2. YouTubers busted doing it or something like that, right? The reason why you're busted is because of how much you failed in, doing this doxing attempt. These little details about the doxing attempt showing how you obtained the information and how you are willing to stalk private citizens that aren't public figures on YouTube, that have no, that you violated their privacy by pulling the information about them and then sending it around like you did is, a violation.
Oh, that's doxing to tell an interview. But you should probably, send JLR the $1 that I gave you, send it back to him and tell him.
No, I sent the $1 back to you. And you don't want to admit that I refunded your $1 because of what I wrote. And let me see here. I wrote something to the effect of, I'll try to pull a little bit of it here. I wrote refunding for doxing, harassment, and intimidation. And then I or something. And the second part of it, which I can't give you the specifics of what I wrote, but it was doxing for those reasons. So that's it. Refunded for doxing and this and this. And then I said, the refund is a record for the police report and a future restraining order. And this is why she doesn't want to admit that I immediately refunded her $1 to her with that message before reporting her to PayPal. Now, JLR, I already told you this in my video. I messed up because it'd been so long since anyone had done this. The last time that I've had people do this, they lost their PayPal, I think, within 2 weeks. PayPal doesn't mess around. PayPal is not like YouTube, just like Patreon is not like YouTube. If you give PayPal or Patreon proof that someone is doing any type of doxing, threats, or intimidation, they're going to ban them. It's not instantaneous. It does take a few weeks or so. But because they're much small, like, do we really think that the team at PayPal is overwhelmed with this kind of issue? No. That's why the team that they have to handle this issue is small. They can get it done way faster than YouTube, and it'll be handled very effectively. Same with Patreon. Patreon is a much smaller platform, and they typically don't have a lot of community guidelines / rule violation issues that happen because people, of course, make lots of money there, and they want to protect that money by not doing this kind of thing. So again, when you and JLR lose your PayPals, if you do, I don't want to hear you blaming me, because again, this whole video is saying you did nothing wrong and I'm just crazy. But you really do want to interview people who I barely talk to. I have barely anything to do with. One of those people I had not in my life, have not been in my life since, let me think real quick, 2008, right? But again, you have to ask yourself where they got the information from. They got the information by trolling social media for hours and hours and hours.
You'll be willing to meet them for an interview with your 4 family members at your body shop, your family body shop. You know,
we don't own the body shop. We don't own, how many times do I have to say this? We don't own the body shop. I mean, I've got at least 2 more lies there. I'm giving 2. I could give 4 lies. I'm just going to be nice and give 2. Yeah, you think that we own the body shop. You think I have something to do. Number one, I have nothing to do with it. Even back in the day, I have nothing to do with it. But still, you're not slick. You're not good at this.
You know, this whole thing that they think. I mean, he wouldn't show his face on camera. And he's like, well, you know, I'm in my pajamas.
I wouldn't show my face on camera. What are they talking about, Navy? What in the world are they talking about? Not showing my face on camera.
When you did that initial, I know, right? It's just because that one time, because you had gotten up in the middle of the night, found this out, and decided to do a stream on it right fast. Didn't show your face somehow.
Why would I stream without a shirt? They probably would complain about how I broke terms of service by streaming without a shirt or something if I would have my camera on. Number one. Number two, nobody wants to see me shirtless. So you guys complain enough when I wear a tank top. Tell me to put a shirt on. No, seriously. Do you notice how frazzled and triggered and salty she is? She hates that she gave me these violations. She knows that she has. Number one, I haven't mentioned that both JLR and Betty, and yes, I checked, used their brand PayPal account to do this, to dox these private family members. So, you know, again, why would you include them in anything? Like, you still can't say why. Like, what is it? Because you do know that those people aren't part of my life, several of them that you named. But you aren't going to, are you going to be able, let me just say it like this. Are you going to be able to explain to PayPal why you included their addresses and how you got their addresses? Are you going to be able to explain that? Even though you are really bad at what you did and you messed up still, right? And what about the body shop thing? What about that? What are they going to say about including that information in there? This very old piece of information about one of my family members that you're trying to attribute to me in some way, right? All of that is doxing. All of it's harassment.
This stuff, yeah, my audience has seen me, you know, it's not, I mean, it's a guy. It's not like it's a girl that's got to do her hair, put on makeup, and, you know, get camera ready. I mean, it's a guy. Like, throw a shirt on, show your face. You know, he wouldn't.
I show my face all the time. Literally, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why is she triggered over this, Navy? I thought she said I was triggered. She
did. She really did. And the thing that's funny, right, is that who gives a flying whatever if you show your face or not? Who cares?
On one stream. On one stream.
Yeah, like, one stream. Yep.
I mean, when I do Twitter Spaces, I don't show my face anyway because there's no camera option there, right? And when I was doing that, basically it was going to be a Twitter Space, and at the last minute I was like, wait a minute, I should do this on YouTube. You know? Like that, I should do it on YouTube, not Twitter. So that's why, like, what's it matter? Like, I'm allowed to choose if I show my face on something. Oh, what about when I do this while I'm eating? If I can find it, I can't find it. What about when I turn my camera off while I'm eating, Betty? Are you going to get mad and throw a big hissy fit about that? I thought, by the way, I was the one throwing a hissy fit. Because I always turn my camera off if I'm eating during a stream. Like when I do a really long stream and I'm eating, I typically always turn it off unless I'm just eating some chips or something. Or a green pepper or cucumber, right? I'll leave my camera on for that. But what does it mean? Like, that's what I want to know, Navy. What's the point? What does it do by me not turning on my camera? What's the offense, I guess?
I don't know. Like, and it kind of like racks my brain a little bit because it's like, well, he wouldn't even turn on his camera. Who cares? And like, I'm like, that's such a non-point. Like, it makes no sense. But for some reason, it triggers her. Maybe she really just wanted to see your face. Like, she got real sad because she couldn't see your face.
I've been told she has a crush on me.
She probably does.
No, I'm not kidding.
JLR too.
You know, there was a person that used to hang out with them a lot and then stopped hanging out with them. And they wrote me a really long thing about how Betty is just like super crushing on me. It really freaked me out.
He was red hot, completely, utterly triggered. But I did give him his $1.
Oh, that's what she's trying to say. That I didn't turn my camera on because I was triggered. I guess. But I've flipped out on my stream a million times. I throw my headphones. They're literally living by a wire. There is a singular wire holding these things together. They've been thrown so many times. Like, triggering does not cause me to turn off my camera ever. But I get what you're trying to do here, Betty. I get it. You're trying to take because you're so triggered, you're trying to find any reason in the world to say that I am. I just realized it. That's what it is.
To go and send to JLR. But yeah, this isn't the funniest part about it. This wasn't the funniest part about it, okay? The funniest part about it is now JLR crossed the line. Now.
You notice how she's screaming? Like, she's raising her voice way too much.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've got this turned down. She is literally peeking the mic, screaming and throwing her hands around while claiming that I'm triggered in that video. I think if we compare the two videos to each other, Betty, you be the trigger one by the evidence that's there. The actual evidence. I'm giving you lies on your lie meter. For claiming that you're not triggered because you have just proven that you're triggered. You've lost control. It's at 3:48 in the Jane Show's video.
Now he's crossed the line and he's taking him out. He's got the secret numbers. This 7,000 subscriber.
Oh, hold on. That's another lie. I never said it was secret.
Channel. Now mine.
Oh, wait. Nope. She gets another lie because I didn't say it was a number. I said it was. I literally explained in the video what I was talking about and said that it was a function of the Creator Studio. So that's two lies. A number, it's not a number. It was a thing you can click in your Creator Studio to contact YouTube directly. So yeah, you get two lies there.
He doesn't even have access to the chat to Creator Studio support because he hasn't rose to the level of Creator support yet. Right?
Did you just see the two channels that were put here? That's a lie. So you're getting another lie. Does she get one lie? Because I have two channels that have surpassed that point. Or does she get one lie for the whole... we'll just say one lie. No, fuck it. She gets two. No, she gets two.
One for each channel.
Yeah, let's just go back 5 seconds here, Betty. Hold on. There we go. 20.8K subscribers. There we go. It says live on rockAlot YouTube right there. Now, I've tagged Betty on UNIRock 2 before. I never tagged her on UNIRocktv until she did this video, though. So, yeah, this has to sting her really bad. The fact that, because I don't think even a lot of you know about my big channel. Like, you may know about UNIRock too, because I try to get you to go subscribe there. By the way, please go subscribe. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't even put my pay links in the damn chat. Oh my God, bro. See, this is what I do when YouTube pays me. I forget to put my pay links in. Like, subscribe, and sub UNIRock 2 and rockAlot. And replace pinned message. There we go. T-Spiracy says she even filled her potholes with primer and put on her hoops for you. I bet she does like you. T-Spiracy, hey, I've missed you and I hope everything's going okay. Because we really do miss you around here. Guys, if you're not subbed to T-Spiracy, she is a awesome creator. She is the opposite of these people. She comes with facts and receipts. Back me up, Navy, please.
She comes, not only does she come with facts and receipts, but she's hilarious.
Hilarious.
And easy to watch.
The comedy.
And her voice, unlike Betty's voice, doesn't make you want to go and strangle something.
Oh, yeah. Betty is such a strangler that even when you get annoyed about her voice, you end up wanting to strangle something. Definitely. Yes, but T-Spiracy, yes, she did put on makeup, which I've never seen her do. She put on earrings. I thought that her ear holes had grown over at this point. It's been so long. And she did fill the potholes because it's hard to see them. I think she spent a lot of time caking in. She probably laid down. She probably ran outside and she saw some people working like on the street outside. And she was like, hey, people that do all the potholes on the street, come here really quick. And she laid down and said, fill my potholes, please. I want to talk about UNIRock and I have a crush on him.
To the chat to creators.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have any of that industrial grade spackle?
Do you have any industrial grade face spackle? No, because I'll choke you.
Support yet, right? But he has the magic number. And now JLR did it. He's going to now take this this number, the secret.
I love this Jane show. My God, the memes are so good. It's exactly how I feel. Every meme so far has come in exactly when I needed it and did exactly how I feel to her talking. It's so good. Again, I don't even have to go and rewind, Betty. You are triggered here. I want to make sure everybody pays attention. This is where she's uber triggered. And no, see, my main channel had 40,000 plus subs when I stopped posting there. So if there is some magical number that you have to hit to get the ability to message YouTube, I have it because I don't have to go any further. It's just, there you go.
Number, the golden number to get to YouTube. And now JLR has crossed the line and now he's wiping him off the map. He's going to go after him because he's got the secret number and JLR is the most dangerous man on YouTube.
Okay, whoa. I need ones in the chat if this is a triggered Betty, followed by her realizing how triggered she was and then trying to roll it back all of a sudden. Put a 1 in the chat if that just happened. Hold on, where's my chat? Because I have to put a 1. Hold on. Our top says it was closer to 50K. Are you sure, our top? Because I have no clue. So it was closer to 50K? Okay. I guess
he's been
I was
here
over.
since the beginning.
He was on the channel months and months and months. I would say, no, I can say it with him and Dead GPK. They were there, from the time before my channel blew up all the way past then to now. Like, they've never taken a break or anything. I've always seen them. So if anyone would know, it would be Dead GPK and our top. And the reason I don't know is because I entered a pretty big depression back then when YouTube came into my channel that our top is saying was close to 50K. It probably was because I had like 9 videos that were almost getting close to 1 million views. I mean, people are telling me that one of them passed 1 million. I only have records that it hit over 900,000 views. And that's why I don't want to say it and seem like I'm, bragging or something. Factually, it was over 900,000. I can't tell you that it went over 1 million because I didn't check my views all the time. So, when they did come in and just demonetize, not just me, by the way, they didn't demonetize my whole channel. They demonetized the videos that we had on our channels. They did this to tens of thousands of creators. They destroyed. I got kind of lucky because they banned people with millions of subs and 500,000 subs at that time. And they had fully demonetized people with millions of subs. So me only having like 80% of my video base being demonetized was a lucky thing there. But it did send me into a depression. I did go and start live streaming constantly. I gave up. I gave up on video editing. I was a hardcore video editor and a very part-time live streamer. And the minute that they did that is when I went to a full-time live streamer and I just said, fuck editing videos. Because I would spend a week if I had to editing a video. And you put all that time and effort, 10 hours a day for 5 fucking days editing a video just to have that video go up, and you have no curse words. You've done everything in your power. Back then, the algorithm was horrible at identifying whether you should be demonetized or not. I would do videos on gymnastics. You think I'm bullshitting? I got to the point where I started doing videos on gymnastics stories. Now they were stories that were like really crazy, right? Because I was like, they're not going to demonetize. If they're going to demonetize me for a gymnastics video, I quit YouTube. Now, luckily they didn't. That's why this video still exists. Now, I want to give you a preview of one of my videos. I don't know which one to give you a preview of. Oh, hey, here's some of my old video game videos. That's pretty funny that they're there. Let me see here. Let me give you a preview of just one of them. Let's just go ahead and do... We could do the Avril Lavigne video. That's not a good one to give you. Let's give you this one. Nope, this one. Because this is...
You could do the one over... Yeah, okay.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say the Brittany Murphy one that they put on HBO.
That's on UNIRock too, though. I just want to show my editing style before
right.
demonetization, real quick. I just want to show people what it looked like real fast, okay? I'm only going to do this for like 30 seconds.
Strange things happen a lot, but sometimes the events end up meaning much more than anyone could have predicted. For example, Jennifer was just a few months old when she was adopted by a couple that was told by a doctor to, quote, carry her around in a bucket because she was born without legs. The parents...
Yes, they really did tell Jennifer's parents that, by the way. This is a real story.
Refused and instead encouraged her to overcome her disability. She learned to walk, run on her hands, of course, and fearlessly climbed trees. She also...
Okay, I'm not going to bore you, but this is my kind of documentary style of video that I did when YouTube came in. And of course, I would do them debunking conspiracies and stuff like that, just to give you a background. Now, back to Betty. I know I'm boring you.
What? That Bullhorn Betty had that rap. I thought I was the most dangerous person on YouTube.
No, I've been very specific about what makes you dangerous and what makes JLR dangerous. I said that JLR is the most dangerous person on YouTube after I had found videos of him that I'd never seen before. Some of those videos of him talking to... I know you don't understand this, Betty, but both you and JLR have horrible pasts. Like, I would be just as crazy as you are if I had the... My past is that I've got some bigger channels on YouTube that I stopped posting to because of YouTube's changes in monetization. Your past is choking the living shitballs out of people. JLR's past is taking serial bad guys that do it to kids and then putting their faces on dolls and bending those faces over graves. Oh, you don't believe me? Don't believe me. I'm not going to play the video. It's just that some people said that I was lying on JLR about him bending dolls over graves, just so you know. Like, this grave, he shouldn't even be at, by the way. So, no, don't call me a liar when he did it. That's the face of what I said. That's on a doll that he bent over a grave. And he constantly would zoom into the dolls that are infant girl dolls' private parts, Betty. So, yes, I did say that he's the most dangerous person on YouTube at that point. But when I used to say that you were a dangerous person, I don't recall saying you were the most dangerous. I recall saying you were one of the most dangerous, and I would talk about where you were on that ranking. Did I ever say she was the most dangerous is what I want to know, Navy. Let me know. Did I say that? Because I don't remember that. I'm pretty good about what I said.
You said she was... Because we said this out, several times, that what makes her one of the most dangerous people on YouTube is that she's willing to travel around. And we've said that multiple times, but never the most dangerous.
Exactly. And because, I don't know, like, Betty must not know a lot about YouTube, and she definitely has proven she doesn't know a lot about not only my present, but my past. Because I cover those kind of stories. I've covered people that put you guys to shame. Now, those people are gone. We faced off against the most dangerous people. JLR, though, he came back, you see. He was one of the most dangerous people on YouTube, if not the most dangerous. Oh my God, bro. There it is. Ugh. And he ended up stopping YouTube because of what he did, the extreme stuff that he did. And when the thing about JLR is he's tried to sneak his way back onto YouTube. Let's just take a quick look at Forgotten Whispers a very, very small portion of the news report that she uploaded, if that's okay with her. If it's not, she can let me know and I won't play any more of her stuff. I'm just saying.
Online, and we asked the feds about it. They suspect fraud and confirm they're investigating where the suspect's mail may be going now. Reported James Holmes had ammunition and tactical gear sent to his apartment in Aurora. But now someone else hundreds of miles away may be getting his mail. That's this man who was just released from federal prison in April after serving 10 years for wire fraud.
Now, he pled the wire fraud down from more extreme fraud charges, just so you know. You'll say, why 10 years if you don't know why? Because he stole identities and then used those identities to completely attempt to destroy the lives of his victims. In many cases, he did. And he did that by using their names and identities to take large sums of money in their name and scam them. For him to leave YouTube and then go quietly chill over here and shit and then try to come back as this media guy. There's a reason why he constantly shows us that he knows nothing about the media, nothing about media or reporting ethics, and that he's so bad at what he does. It's because he's faking. This is the real JLR. And they're mad at me and they're trying to intimidate me by sending those messages. Because I promised both JLR and Betty that by the time I'm done, everybody on YouTube at least is going to know the truth about this man. And I'm not going to turn back. I'm not going to stop that pursuit, regardless of what you try to intimidate me with or try to dox me with or whatever. So, I know that you both can't understand this, but most of us, we grow up and we change and we fix the things that were wrong about us in the past, and we're not ashamed of the things about us in the past.
What? So I'm trying to go to sleep last night, and I can't go to sleep because
You can't go to sleep because you're triggered because of what
on something.
Probably. But I want to know why she says, that's why I paused it there. I want to know why she says she can't sleep, because if she lies, I'm adding to it.
Literally dying laughing.
Oh yeah, hold up. Wait, that's a lie. You couldn't sleep because I refunded your dollar, letting you know that you're going to be getting a call from the police due to what you did.
Bed that this guy is so triggered by this dollar that was sent to him, right? I keep wondering, did you refund that dollar back since you didn't like it?
You know that. See, this is a lie. She's trying to pretend she doesn't know if I refunded the dollars when I refunded her dollar. Now, a father, a partner, a son, and a brother got upset because his family is now getting brought in. Well, they're going to actually do something about this. They're not going to be like Betty's other victims. Anyone that they target from my family are going to make sure that they never target them again. And they're going to do it the right way. That's not a threat. That is using the proper channels and making sure they don't fuck around. They don't let their family have criminals that go on YouTube and try to pretend that they're not anymore, even though they've never reformed or changed. They don't let them bully them. We don't let people bully us. We don't bow down to people like this, right? We don't get intimidated by people like this, because when you let a bully like this intimidate you, you're giving them power to keep doing it. When you also, what you're giving them is you're giving them confirmation that they did it right. They did something right because they got their response. They got their reaction the way they wanted. The last thing that she and JLR wanted me to do is exactly the same thing that happened to Nonsense on the web when Betty did this to Nonsense, which we all know what she did, but just in case you've forgotten or that you need to I know there are people out there that probably need to hear me say this. She doxed Nonsense's entire family. So this is not the first, second, or 25th, 1000th time she's stalked people because she doesn't like their content on YouTube, because she's that thin-skinned. She can't take criticism. She can't hear the truth without acting like this. And stalked Nonsense's family and sent addresses of family members to her in a voicemail and threatened her after doxing her real name. So it was a dox, what she did to Nonsense, and it was a dox of the family, right? Literally, it has to be. Betty wants you to believe that the dox somehow is just the sharing of information. Doxing is intimidation. Doxing is trying to bully with information. Doxing is inappropriately sharing private information. Yes, it can be, but any of these things can be doxing. And if you don't believe me, the YouTube TOS is waiting on you to go read it, Betty.
I'm just curious. Can you refund my dollar back since you're not going to give it to JLR?
Okay, she gets another lie. She got the message and the refund immediately. And she knows that that message said what it said. I've already told you, so I won't repeat it. She lies a lot, Navy.
Almost like it's her job. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like it's her damn job to lie like this. I said that night, like literally right after she sent her threat and dox through PayPal to me. Not, the her threat and dox that contained my stuff and family member stuff. Immediately I refunded her with the message I told you. So, I mean, this is very dishonest, Betty. Very dishonest. You want me to think you didn't get the message attached to the refund. That's what she's doing. She wants me to think, oh, Betty must not have known I refunded her and that I had that message attached to it. That's why you couldn't sleep, because of that message attached to it. You started to think, can he file a police report about this? Can he push for a restraining order because of this? Can he report this to PayPal and YouTube because of what I did? And that's why you couldn't sleep, because you know that the answers to all of those things are emphatically yes.
Can you refund my dollar back?
Already did. You said it again. You're getting another lie. I don't care if you repeat it 20 times. It's each one of them is a lie. You're repeating it because you're trying to convince yourself and others that you don't know that you got the refund.
But now we're going down. He's got that secret number and he's got direct access to YouTube to take us out.
I never said I was going to take you out. I said I was going to report you, and I do have direct access to YouTube through my partnership. You do too. Wicked Niece, did you change your name, Wicked? We troll the trolls and report the bullying, Betty. That's how it works here, you freak. That's right. And when we troll, we do it through comedy. We don't troll through any of the weird ass shit stuff that these stalkers do. This is straight stalking, right? The pursuit. The minute you found information about private citizens that you said, I'm going to dig on them, you had doxed them and me, because you'd already doxed me to find them. And somehow you think you're going to argue no, not argue. She's not even making an argument. She just thinks she's going to get up here and say that she didn't do it, that she's just going to lie.
Because now, he didn't try before, but just now, JLR crossed the line. And he's going to do something about it.
How is this not triggered? Yo, you're going to get a little bit of stalling there, but don't worry. My internet didn't cut out this time. It's okay. They are working on the power lines and the internet around here, so we might get some hiccups, but I've been assured that my signal shouldn't go out today, okay? Yesterday, I had stuff to do with the family, and I wanted to do a shorter stream yesterday, but I couldn't be assured yesterday that I'd have a connection through my stream, so I just said, you know what, we're taking the day off. Today, though, I've been assured that we might get some hiccups. I should have said this at the beginning. I forgot, because I was on Kick before this, or I probably would have remembered. Kick.com/UNIRock, by the way, if you want to come hang out there after the stream. We're going to go to Kick after this and just talk, chill, maybe watch a little more of these guys acting a fool or something. But if you get a circle, if you get a loading circle, and you want to watch my stream, don't leave, okay? Navy, is my signal okay? Let me know if my signal's okay and we'll keep going.
Okay, it looks a little blurry, but it's very visible. Yeah,
it'll come in, and in about 10 seconds it should come in because I've got a really good signal. Now I'm still having fluctuations. Now I can get fluctuations with 5K a second. If it goes down, I'll know that you guys are going to have a loading sign. I'm up here though. If I go down here, I'm going to let you know in the chat as fast as I can. So if you see me loading signs, look at the chat to see if I'm telling you yo or anything, okay? I'll probably tell you don't go anywhere, it's just a hiccup. But we're good. Okay, so back to it. You triggered, woman. You triggered here. Not a single time that night did I have my neck tighten and my chest tighten and my face muscles tighten. Not a single time did I make any funky faces. But your cam wasn't on. You would be able to tell if I was raising my voice, if I was getting like flipping out or anything like that. None of that happened in my stream. And I went back and skipped through it. Just because I was like, did I freak out? I don't care, by the way. You're not going to hurt my fifis when I go crazy on my stream, because when I go crazy on my stream, it's going to be because I want to. When something crazy happens, I'll go crazy, especially if it happens live. Yes, I will admit there are some times when I'm doing a stream where I've planned to go a little crazy because it'll add to what I'm doing. But I try not to do that all the time because I don't want you guys... I try to be really silly when I do that so you know that I'm faking it. By the way, I don't care though. I don't think that... I think that when somebody gets triggered or flips out on a stream, what the context is what matters, right? For anyone to say that it's bad to entertain their audience through emotion, through... if they get a really good kill in a video game, gotcha, mother fluffer, you know what I'm saying? Like when we play Tarkov, that's a good thing. You though, Betty, your head is literally about to pop off your neck. You look like a turtle. You're looking like a turtle. That's not an insult because turtles are majestic creatures, though you're making a snapping turtle face. And your neck is trying to propel your head forward to catch a fish in the water. The snapping turtle's trying to get their little floating worm. You're triggered.
Now.
There's that laugh, right? When she gets super angry and loses control, and when she gets super triggered, she thinks that if she turns it into a joke, then it's not being triggered. You were just triggered. I'll break it down. I'll prove it. You were just triggered. Welcome to UNIRock's body language breakdown of a triggered Bullhorn Betty here.
Seriously, I'm not lying. No, he's crossed the line, right?
I never said he crossed the line just now. In fact, I have been showing many times that he has crossed the line in the past. I've shown many times where you've crossed the line in the past. Me saying that I'm going to report you for what you did shouldn't upset you this much.
Because they don't want to admit that they've been trying, and he's talking about how JLR does stuff, all this dirty stuff behind the scenes. Meanwhile, he's telling his audience, keep going after Team YouTube, keep going after. That's some dirty stuff behind the scenes. So it sounds to
No, actually, that's not. Unless you're saying that us doing what Team YouTube tells us to do when somebody doxes or breaks the rules or whatever, it's not dirty. You see, you're stating it as the opposite of what it is. We're following the rules. We are doing what... there was this tweet, and I wish to God I would have kept it, because it was somebody on Twitter complaining underneath Team YouTube saying, Team YouTube, it would be a lot better if there was a way for us to get a hold of you more than just getting our audience to help boost the signal to you on Twitter. And that's because every creator knows you are allowed to tag Team YouTube and you're allowed to share it. You're allowed to tell your audience to tag Team YouTube with you. So again, you're stating that if we follow YouTube's rules and if we use YouTube's system properly, that's hard to say. Use YouTube. Use YouTube. if we do it properly, somehow it's dirty. That might explain why you are so uneducated to YouTube's rules, YouTube's processes, and it maybe explain why you think somebody, like people out there, are trying to take you down. Maybe that explains that, Navy, because she always says people are trying to take her down.
Well, yeah, it's crazy, but the thing is, that's what happens. So YouTube directly tells everyone, if you see violations of TOS, let us know, and you can report it, and you can also tag us on Twitter. There's nothing dirty about that. She's crazy, but she's getting nervous.
To go a step further, YouTube prefers us only to instigate our audience to report something through the report feature if it's an absolute violation. That's why I don't do that. I've decided that I will only use Team YouTube on Twitter when someone needs to be reported, and if it involves me, if it's evidence I have, or if it's an extreme situation where I need to help somebody, I can use my partnership, which Betty is the thing that, how is it that every time I pause her face, her muscles are literally about to squeeze her brain out of her ears? Like, I've never seen somebody's facial and neck muscles be this tight, be this angry, be this affected. You're triggered because of my opinion. You're triggered because of my original video, and then you're uber triggered because your attempt at intimidating me failed, and you're even uberty triggered because I outed what you guys did and let you both know that you are going to be 100%, and I'm going to promise this, I'm going to put my hand up, Betty, I will not stop until I hear back from YouTube and PayPal and any other platform that y'all are on.
I hate what you did to me. She keeps acting this way and getting so like worked up over this stuff. She's gonna poop her drawers. I'm just saying.
Well, JLR knows all about that, right? You saw when we lost power, dude. I was doing one of the most genius skits that I'd ever put together, bro. I was turning my commentary on them into a mystery, into a conspiracy. It was freaking genius. I had all this stuff planned out. Like, I'd pulled up JLR holding up the panties, pooing himself. I'd pulled up all this, and I'm talking about how it's the Hershey squirt mystery in Hershey, Pennsylvania, where, that Molly and Betty and Dolly and JLR have hidden the mysterious conspiracy clues about their real secret that they constantly poo themselves everywhere they go in their content, and they never thought that a YouTuber would ever look at their content and figure out the secret mystery that they had inlaid in their content. And then at the end, I'm pulling up Molly earning the name Dumpy Dump and getting mad being called Dumpy Dump. Then I'm pulling up JLR holding up his panties, his woman's panties with the poo-poo stains. Then I'm pulling up JLR filling his face full of the laxatives. Then I'm pulling up Betty doing the stanky leg out of the furniture store, and it sucked so bad because we lost power right when I was building into those examples, because I went back and watched it. I'm like, please tell me that I got a little bit more of that skit in there. But it actually was perfect. It was the perfect ending to the stream, the last one. Because if you go to the end of it, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to show you because it's that good. Hold up. You have to see it. I'm only going to show it because it got cut off. It's the only reason, because I know it's kind of cringy for me to show my own stream like this, but it's this hilarious. Let me see if I can get to the timestamp. Donald's pooing in tragic. Hold on, I know where it's at because I watched desperately it. For a Uton, her best friend. See, here it is. Wash it. Wash. Jonathan Lee Riches.
Take a shower.
JLR. Wash the booty.
Yeah.
Wash it. Wash the booty. Again, well, hold on a minute. Doesn't Molly drink large amounts of laxative tea?
Yes.
In Hershey? Dun, dun, dun. Oh my God. You know what this means, Navy? It's a conspiracy. Jonathan and Molly and Betty are trying to tell us by taking these laxatives, living in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and by showing us their doo-doo panties, they're trying to give us a secret secret message of conspiracy. The music is just the ultimate touch. Long ago lived a woman in the famous town of Hershey. Her best friend was known as... Dude, if I would have got to finish that skit, it would have been the perfect freaking part of that stream, dude. God, it made me mad that we got cut off.
To me, like, this dude's getting a little taste of his own medicine.
Because I pulled up JLR's duty panties.
And he's kicking and screaming. He don't like it.
Let's see here. Getting a taste of my own medicine would have been you responding with a video where you made points, logical points, that were done in a comedic way that, you know, if you would have responded in the way I do, which is to think of what you're going to say ahead of time, come in with your stream kind of plotted out in a general way so that you can kind of move and shake it where you need to, and you would have come in and actually addressed the points that I made in that video, and you would have made excuses for what you guys did. You would have shown that I was wrong about this and I was wrong about that, and you would have owned me. Then I would have gotten a taste of my own medicine, because that's all I do. That's it. See, a taste of my own medicine, Navy, she's trying to say that by us tagging Team YouTube is somehow us getting a taste of our own medicine if her and JLR dox my family and then try to intimidate me with the information that they have. But the problem is that I've never doxed any of them at all. I've never went after any of their family members. I've only reacted to what they choose to put out publicly, whether it's now or in the past, and I've done my homework, I've studied it, and I've made sure that I know what I'm going to talk about and what points I'm going to hit on. So a taste of my own medicine would have been you tagging Team YouTube about something I've done. A taste of my own medicine would have been a well-timed and comedically paced response stream or upload against me. None of those things are what you guys did. In fact, you have ignored all the points that I made about JLR in the original video. You've ignored all of the truth that I exposed about him worshiping the people that take the lives of small children. You have not even tried to address the fact that I made an enormous argument about how you and JLR, and well, JLR and his friends, so yes, you're included, Molly's included, any tragedy pimp is actually like what JLR is. JLR is a LARPer. He's someone that fakes what he's doing now to try to make people think that he's deserving of donations and support. And what he really is someone that looks down on victims of crimes. And I gave the full argument. I showed why it is you target people's families when you get mad at them in the field. I showed why it is you know nothing about the journalistic ethics or the ethics in media reporting. I don't want to keep rambling, but I could actually, and this is the genius part of how wrong and how exposed you are, I could give the presentation again right now. I have all of the videos and all the things in the Discord room. I could scroll up to the Discord date of 2 days ago, or whenever I did the video against JLR, which no, it would have been 3 days ago, 4 days ago. Anyway, before the video that caused you guys to dox me and my distant relatives and shit and family members. And I could give that full presentation again right now. Now, it wouldn't be identical because a lot of what I do is outlined and is mixed between planned and on the cuff, but it would be extremely similar. The videos would be similar. The timestamps I'm showing would be similar. The points I'm making would be almost identical. See, this is why you're lying again, and I've already added a lie to the lie-o-meter. How in the hell you're up to 20 lies already? I do not know. You are pathological, Betty. You need help, but we know that.
Oh, but you can do it to somebody else. It's funny how that works. And then he goes further.
I've never done what you did. You're lying. I'm putting another lie up there. There we go. Here. You want to weigh in on that, Navy? You've been around for a long time. You are a veteran. You do not support people doxing. You do not support people harassing. You do not support people looking up things. And you don't support people making innocent people victims because they're pissed at someone on YouTube, right? You're completely against that. You've said this 1,000 times.
100%.
So if I did any of the stuff she accused me of, what would you do? Because you've said it many times.
I'd call you out. I'd call you out 100%.
And if I wouldn't let you come here and call me out, you would just go live somewhere and call me out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would want you to. See, this is the thing. Like, you want to sit here and act like I have done something equal to you. And maybe in your twisted, warped mind, my commentary, because it hurts your feelings, your narcissistic injury is so bad that you have to try and play this Darvo kind of game. But here's the difference between me and you. I have the proof of what you and JLR have done. You don't have the proof of anything you say about me. You tell people that I'm doing all this crazy shit. You don't see it in my videos. You don't even see anything remotely close to it in my videos. What you do see in my videos is me speaking against that and talking about how people shouldn't do that shit. Because why? You can have a show that succeeds, Betty. You could. Like, truly, if you didn't do what you did, you would be able to go live and be yourself, which I know you are. You're a liar, pathological. You're criminal with the way you treat people. You're just horrible to people. But you would be able to go live, be yourself, write your show, perform your show if it's live, and you'd be able to be happy with what you have on YouTube. You could do that if you weren't such a horrible person. But here's what you don't get. You get to choose whether you're a horrible person or not. It's not on me. Nothing that you do reflects on me. Only what I do reflects on me. Only what you do reflects on you. It's the only thing that keeps the balance out here. Y'all would have power. So many, you wouldn't be the 11,050th one if the power was in lying, if the power was in gaslighting, if you could gaslight and just get up there and make a claim and lie on people, and somehow that would work in reality, you'd be rich. You wouldn't be hated. You'd be lauded. You'd be loved. People would, treat you like you're the bomb.com. Your own audience is like you. Your own audience lies for you and with you. Your own audience doxes and targets people in your chat. We've shown this.
Into saying he's going to call JLR's PO.
I am going to call his PO. Yes. It's not Monday yet. I got to wait till Monday. Yeah, I am.
These people do absolutely no research.
That is a trip coming from you, Betty.
As further proof, on 9/11/19, JLR filed a motion asking the court to allow him to travel outside a district in Florida. The next day, the court denied his motion, and what may be the world's fastest order in a motion attaches the motion JLR filed in the court's denial. With all of the court records. Now, give me one moment, please. How do I go to the... Hold on. Heels in the air right here. Yes, Heels in the air has gotten mad at me before. I don't think I got mad at her in response, but we are adults. We are allowed to criticize each other and still exist in a community. Heels in the air. I trust her. Whether or not she's, had an issue with me before, it doesn't mean I'm going to change the way I think about her or anything. I might have, what do you call it? An issue, like a singular issue. But that's what that is. That stays in its thing. Okay? So let's move outside of that here, because we're both adults and we both have a job that we're doing. Whether she may like what I do or not, or she may have an issue with it, we still need to exist. We need to coexist. And I'm going to let that happen. I'm going to try. She says, and when I actually spoke to his PO a year ago, he told me JLR gets permission because he has a job as a reporter and he has to travel. Now, I'm not going to do your job for you, Betty. You can go to SF Investigates and scroll that entire Twitter account and find where SF Investigates puts the paper up that shows when JLR's probation expires in September of 2023, if you'd like. And if JLR or you have an issue with him having these records up that show this, you should go talk to SF Investigates on Twitter. Verified Twitter account right here, SF Investigates. So the thing is, he has the proof. It's right here. I bring the proof, Betty. I don't have the proof. I bring the proof. I've shown this before when talking about JLR months ago. I don't have to do your job for you because of how bad you suck at this. You're allowed to lie on me. Where, by the way, hold up. She said I never bring proof. Never gets a added to it. Bring gets one added to it, and proof gets one added to it, and then the whole sentence gets one added to it. Because that's all I got is proof. All I've got are receipts. Original I always have the original video. I always have. Did you try to deny? Did you and Jay, when I came out and said that y'all sent me these PayPals with this information in it, did you call me a liar? No, you said you did send it and tried to make excuses for it. You've never caught me in a single lie, ever. Because if you did, you'd grab the clip, you'd take it to your channel, and you'd try to get me. But you can't. So don't think I'm not going to talk to his probation officer. Don't think I'm not going to. Now, I get it. I know why you're lying to your audience like this. It's because you want to say, you want them to think I'm a liar. You want them to think, this is what is the echo. See, I'm not even just going to own you. I'm going to completely own you. This is the echo chamber. You create the echo chamber with these lies that I've tracked. You create the echo chamber. The echo chamber is your audience. They will respond to your lies with the truth? No. They'll respond to your lies with your lies. That's what an echo chamber is. You create a bubble of information. Inside that bubble are the people who believe you and who are trusting to you, who don't fact check themselves, who don't go out and actually check things. They, or the ones that know you're lying and just lie with you, they are in an echo chamber because when you lie, those people are going to validate it. They are going to repeat it. You say, Uni doesn't bring proof. The ones that are in the echo chamber think Uni doesn't bring proof, or they respond to you with, Uni doesn't bring proof. They don't respond with their own thoughts. None of them respond with, I went and watched his show and he actually backs up everything he says. He puts examples on the screen every time he shows something and he actually fully explains everything. How did he lie? Where did he lie? That would be a truthful response. Where did he lie? Prove the lie. Show the evidence that he lied if he's this much of a liar. That's why you're a narcissist. That's why this whole stream of yours is your narcissistic injury to the truth that I put out that showed how much of a scammer and a liar and a doxer and a stalker that you are. Because you can't refute that you're a stalker. I haven't heard you address it at all. You are a stalker. You have not just stalked me. There are so many victims of yours out there. And how you stalk them is by when you get angry at them. Now, Dolly straight up says you do this. Dolly straight up confirmed you do this. Molly confirmed that you do this. You get angry because of someone's content, their opinion, because my speaking and my content and how I feel about the facts I bring is my opinion. And you get angry over my opinion and what I'm putting out. And it causes you, to stalk people. Anyone. I don't give a shit if there's another creator out there with 1,200 subs. If they bring up what you're doing and they freaking call you out, you may not say anything at first, but you're going to start digging on them immediately. You're going to keep going. And the minute you can find anything on them, you're going to go blast it. You're not going to be able to control yourself. Then you're going to do one of these triggered I'm not a doxer streams. You are an abhorrent doxer, and JLR is too. It's factual. It's part of who you are. It's you, a stalker, someone who's obsessed with your targets. It's why you have to look at the things in their lives instead of the content they bring.
And every time they open their blessed mouth.
Rough ass.
Yeah, hit it.
Missouri Country Girl says at rockAlot, I wouldn't mess with his PO because he does nothing. I would contact the Division of Probation and Parole for the state he is on probation.
Okay, thank you. No, I probably won't be the one doing it anyway. It'll probably be my lawyer. And if the PO doesn't do anything, I'll just file a complaint. Because I'm not going to play games. I don't play like this. We're gonna make sure that this gets done, right? This isn't going to be something that they can just get away with and walk away from. Also, the other members of my family that they have gone after, if they have messaged them, if they have had sock accounts bothering them at the same time that this happened, that same night, the next morning, or any of those things, they're going to have issues with them too.
You hear how ignorant and how unknowledgeable and lack of facts they have.
Okay, there's another one. I just showed that we have facts. I just directly, like within seconds, Betty, my facts are so laid out that I can go to them, even if they're on the other platform that you hate so much. I can go there within seconds and pull them up.
I don't know. Hello. You know, I know there's haters in here. You haters in the back. I don't know what to tell you. JLR hasn't been on probation or on parole in I don't know how many years.
How many years? Well, what's this? What's this? That's just a complete lie from this right here alone. And if I wanted to sit and dig and show more, I could. Because it's all on at SF_investigates Twitter account for anyone that wants to go look at it. None of it's a dox. All of it is public. It's been completely sourced from this person. And I'm sure JLR has tried to strike it down. And the reason it's not down is because they're public documents.
You're going to call a PO officer that doesn't oversee Jonathan and has no jurisdiction or authorization to do squat.
No, I wouldn't. That's a lie. So I'm giving you another lie. I don't operate like you. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing.
That you would know a fact or research if it came up and choked you.
She wouldn't, but that's the most perfect line in response to Betty I've ever heard. You wouldn't know what a fact or research is if it came up and choked you. That's so good.
But if you were so...
Navy is on freaking fire tonight, people. Give Navy some freaking emojis down there.
Factual, and
My
you had to
God.
open a computer up and do the scintilla of actual fact-finding and research.
Talking about yourself there, lady. Talking about yourself, lady. Ooh, you know she's watching right now, and she is literally red in the face. You know that she's so red, it's melting the makeup out of the potholes. You know that.
You would have
She wants a refund on whoever caked that shit on there. She wants a damn refund.
probably known that. So I don't think you're going to get very far with this probation officer.
Okay, you just said you don't think. You just stated that it was a fact less than 30.6 seconds ago. It's a fact. And here we are, and now you just have an opinion. You're not sure. You're pretty sure, right? Because you don't think I'm going to get that far. You would be confident. It's all in the way you talk, and it's all in the way I talk. Because I plan what I say. I know what I'm going to say. I plan that shit. You don't. You're triggered. It's emotional with you. It is methodical with me. Got me? Triggered has to have that emotion present. I'm not triggered because it's not. I'm just loving the cringe factory here.
Because once he's done with probation, they're kind of out of the picture, right? And he's so dangerous. But you know what? And this guy's like, I have a background, but I've been honest with to my audience about my background. Well, you know what's kind of funny? Everybody says that until we start digging in their background and find out that there's a lot more back there than what meets the eye.
Okay, so then why haven't you hit me with that? By the way, another lie. I never said that I have a background in the way that you're framing it. You're acting as if it's a background comparable to JLR. Yes, that's a lie. You're doing this on purpose. This is part of the pathological lying that you do. You have fully doxed my ass. I know. I know you have. You have fully doxed my ass. And you tried to send me the best you had to intimidate me. Let that sink in. You know what that says? It says exactly the truth is what I've said about my past. See, my background is me talking about how when I got medevaced out of Iraq and I got back in. Okay, so where was I? Because I don't, the replay isn't going to have any loading. It's just a hiccup, y'all. Yeah, it's just a hiccup. The replay is not going to have any loading, and I don't want to bore the replay audience. In fact, the main reason I'm doing this is for the replay audience, so I'm just going to keep going. Where I left off before I had we had loading for a minute there, I was saying that, hey, thank you, Sarah. Make sure you subbed here and over there. Appreciate you very much. Just like everybody that subs. All you guys, love you. Appreciate you. You're awesome. Oh, Navy. I got to load Navy in. Where I left off was I was talking to Betty about what I said about my past. My past, because I don't have a criminal background. I don't have a criminal record at all. Molly Go Lightly and what's his name, Navy? Molly's husband, what's his name? Walter.
Walter.
Where's Walter? Even admitted this. Your own friend admitted this, so it's funny that you're trying. I'm giving you, wait, she was at 30. She was at 30. I know for a fact she was at 30. I'm giving you 2 more lies for this bullshit. Because you semantically are implying that I have a background like JLR does. Nobody has a background like JLR. Nobody has a background like you. Okay? You might bump into Menace, who's openly talked about the challenges he faced many years ago before he settled down with a family, with kids, and he's been doing this very, very long time with no issues because he reformed. Right?
Yep.
And he didn't even have anything. He didn't even like have a serious thing there. I wouldn't even compare it to you. I wouldn't even compare what Menace went through to you, let alone JLR. And my camera is acting a little wonky, but we're going to let it act wonky, guys, because we did have a hiccup. So
it looks good to me. The stream looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a little laggy is all it was in my side, but it might not be on your side. But here's what I'm going to do. As soon as I can refresh my little thing here and make sure that, you know, I can see you guys just fine, which will take 10 seconds. I'm going to tell you my whole background. I'm going to bore the living hell out of the audience. I'm going to tell you my whole background. Okay, we're in. So here we go. Let me go ahead and get... I really like the music that I was playing.
Yeah, I know. Can you share your screen?
Yes, I will. Thank you for... I haven't hit play yet, though. I might have remembered by the time I hit play. Oh, there's my music. Okay. So here's my background, Betty. And thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to talk to my audience about this, because all it's going to do is, you know, back up what I've already said and give them maybe a couple little tidbits of information that they didn't know about me. Because, again, I try to tell you the things that I think are important, but I maintain the privacy of my family and the other people, the innocent people out there that are around me, that it should be up to them if they want to add anything. If they were, you know, I shouldn't be telling you things about anyone but myself is what I'm saying, right? Unlike these people that just don't care. So let's go. Here we go. I got out of high school and I immediately started working in a computer field. I got hooked up with a summer help job, but because I knew how to code Visual Basic 6, C++, and I knew how to use Excel and Visual Fox Pro at the time, that summer, I had gotten hired full-time on with my own phone, laptop, and pager. I don't even think I've told the audience this ever before. And I did that for a few years. At that job, I watched planes hit the 2 towers, and it really affected me. So I decided about a year or 2 later that I was going to travel for about a year and do a few other things that I wanted to kind of get off my bucket list, and I wanted to sign up. Now, the reason why I did the traveling and all that bucket list stuff is because we were at war when I signed up. And that's a fact. It's just an absolute fact. So I went over and I got, of course, medevaced to Germany, from Landstuhl, Germany, over to Walter Reed in DC, over from Walter Reed back home. And I immediately, due to the scope of my injuries, was injected with medication to take away the massive pain that I was experiencing, and had to have very invasive surgeries. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to zoom in and show you or some of my scars or not, but why not? I'm disabled for this, by the way, and I don't know how much of it you can see, but they had to cut me there, and then they pulled the skin real far apart with these thingies, and they go in if you have blood clots or if you have veins that are clogged or muscle damage or whatever to try to fix it. And I had veins, muscle tissue, and parts of my arm removed to try to save my life, and they did, thank God, because I was told from the minute that I was injured till the minute that I had that surgery that I could die or lose my arm. Though that wasn't the most invasive surgery. I'm not going to go into much more detail, but I had to have a second surgery. And because of the second surgery, they gave me an option. They said, you can stay in or you can get out. And I said, I want to stay in because I was making a lot of money. I had gone through a lot of training. This is in my medical record. This is factual. So then they went and did the surgery. And of course, I'm disabled. And ever since I was put out of the military with honorable, with full payment and everything, and I'm still paid every single month that I'm alive. It's why I go to the VA. It's why I had to go to the DAV to deal with Leslie Bass and her husband's vet bashing asses and all the things that happened there, is because the first surgery didn't fix everything. It only got a part of it. Now, that doctor was amazing and helped my life immensely. Nothing against them or anything. They didn't make a mistake. They didn't do anything wrong. They just did their best and they couldn't fix me. I went to the VA on lots of painkillers. This is the thing I've talked about on my show many times. Now, I've never really told you what happened before I was medevaced. That whole part about me working in computers and all that, and being trained in coding and doing systems administration, running networks, coding billing programs, coding database programs, I've never talked about, but who cares? You guys know that I have a background in computers. Many of you have been able to tell just because of the way I talk. Maybe I should have given you some information sooner, but yes, I'm very skilled in those programs, in those code, that type of coding, and HTML leading up to HTML5, and I could name about 40 other programs. In fact, I am a completely certified technician when it comes to the kind of computers that I call supercomputers, because they're effing giant, that run certain networks that I'm not going to go into detail on because, yeah, I shouldn't reveal all my secrets. Though, let's move forward to me being pumped full of medication, not just the good stuff that makes you high. I was, by the way, the highest milligram, the bestest of the good stuff I would get in both of my pockets when I walked out of the VA every month. Or out of the military, but once I got to the VA. And I formed a massive addiction to extremely high dosages of that, combined with other medications, because of course I'm on many medications after that happened to me. Due to taking so many medications, they have had to add my esophagus, my stomach, and other things to my disability because the medications have caused real, physical, readable, testable damage in those areas. So this is why I constantly will tell you when I'm not streaming, or if I'm sick or something, and you'll be like, well, we want you to stream. And I'm like, I can't. I'm down and out. My disabilities are flared up. That's why. I was on those high dosage painkillers for a while. Maybe, oh God, it's so fuzzy. That time period of my life is extremely fuzzy. But I was on it for, I don't know. I'll just give you one detail I've never given any of you. They gave me extremely high milligrams of another medication for the PTSD, and I was a complete zombie. I was not me, okay? Like, I was not a human. I wasn't a human. I wasn't a person. You would have just talked to me, and I would have been like, oh, yeah. Yep. Thank you for your service, bro. I'd hear that all the time at the VA. Yeah, okay. And I just go limping on by, because I walk with a limp still to this day. Anyway, though, at some point, I'd realized that I was a zombie. And I chose, this is a literal fact, I didn't have anything that pushed me or something, no charges, no trouble, anything like that. It's just that my life was, I wasn't alive. It's not that everybody that takes those kind of medications get that way. But it was the combination of medications with the extremely high dosage of pain medication that put me there. And it took me probably 6 months to a year just to be able to get off of that stuff, just to be able to function without it, with help from the VA, with them treating me. You know, they gave me the medicine and they were willing to, God bless them, help me get to a point through intense physical therapy, through intense treatment, to get to a point where I could have a balance of non-narcotic medication that would take the pain away just to the point that I could function and I could learn to live with it. Now, here's what's great about that. Due to me being able to feel again, my pain actually, while it didn't go away and it didn't lessen significantly, I managed it and I've gotten manageable. Now this is, I'm old as hell. I'm old as hell because this is over 13 years ago, 12 years ago. I'd have to look at a calendar and shit. So, you know, that's the thing I talk about. I didn't go around hurting people or something. I didn't go around choking people. I didn't go around doing what JLR did, and I don't even have to name it. Everybody here knows it, okay? But don't think that I'm better than you. I have never said I'm better than you. I have said that you are a human being making the choices that you make that hurt other people, that make you look bad, that make you look cringy. That's what I've said about you. So you need to check your ears and your eyes, and I think you need to check that brain, and you need to actually go listen to my content because you're just lying about me. And I love it when y'all do this because you have subs, dummy. You ain't these like people out there with 30 subs or 50 subs that are just popping up to lie on me. You will have a bunch of subs and you're lying on me. And that's just doing me a huge favor. I don't know how you don't see it. Doxing a bigger creator. And yes, Betty, lie to yourself from now until next Tuesday. I'm a much bigger creator than you. And lying on a bigger creator, doxing a bigger creator like you are, is basically just telling all of your subs how completely useless you are at this and how you're just doing me a favor. You're just turning them on to me. But go ahead.
Up and do the scintilla of actual fact finding and research.
What did Navy, you'll remember this because I just had to do a bunch of shit on my computer, so I zoned out. What did she say right before she went on this tirade about fact checking? Was it the thing about Jonathan's PO and Jonathan being in trouble and shit?
Yes.
Okay. All I know is what these people have been able to pull. Now, I don't pull records. I don't play your game. And no, I've never said that I know the law, Betty. You just got another lie right there because I've never said that. In fact, anytime I mention the law, I tell you how much I don't know. And I mention that I have to have Nate the lawyer and others come in to tell you about that because I don't know it. But you're trying to claim that JLR is not on probation. The reason I'm saying it is because Twitter accounts, not just one, and people out on the internet who have been previous victims of JLR have gone around informing people through this court paperwork that he is on probation until the end of this year. So there's a big issue here. You got JLR and Betty claiming that JLR isn't on probation, but then you've got these people that have been doxxed by him, attacked by him, threatened by him, people whom he has stood outside in their neighborhoods now actively go around to inform people what he is, who he is, and what he does. And they are sharing court papers that show that he is. So I think y'all have an issue. You do. Okay?
You would have probably known that. So I don't think you're going to get very far with this probation officer because...
Okay, I'll find out. You're not going to stop me. This is like her do you think this is her trying to convince me because she's scared of me doing it?
Yeah, I think so.
Vibe. I'm getting a JLR and Betty are nervous about the PO thing vibe, and they're trying to convince people that he doesn't have one vibe. That's what I'm getting. Why wouldn't they just say JLR is going to tweet out his paperwork showing that he's not on probation? Because you do get paperwork showing that. You get paper for one when you first get on it, showing when you get off. Other people went to the court site where he's on probation, pulled the papers, and it says at the end of this year. I have no clue, Betty. Like, you really need to probably talk to JLR. This is not my problem.
Once he's done with probation.
Oh, and actually, from what I've been hearing, it's actually March of 24.
No way.
Yeah,
no.
I went and read SF Investigations Twitter page, and he was talking about it being the March of 2024.
Can you get me a link in the bottom of general? If it's not easy, you don't have to.
Let's see.
Huh, Betty? Huh. Weird. Really? Is Wild okay? Somebody said, Wild, I hope things turn around. Wild says, I'm disabled with 2 kids. My life is boring now. Wild, I'm disabled with a bunch of kids. So, I'm glad you're here. Hopefully I can entertain you in some way. I know this is not a good stream, but I had to react to this. I'm sorry, y'all. I know this isn't the best stream ever, but you know, I'm strategically reacting to this. By me reacting to this, they're just going to get even more triggered, even more angry, even more nervous. You know, Betty does this stream right here for one reason. She did this performance for one reason. I want to make sure you understand. It is to make her and JLR feel comfortable. That's it. And you can go back and watch this whole clip and ask yourself if that's not what she's doing. She's systematically lying. She hasn't, you know, it's weird. If I had said that Betty had if I had said that Betty only had 20,000 subs, but she had another channel with 100K, and I found out, I would correct myself here. And you know I would. Okay? This is why I'm not saying it's a reputation or anything, because that's what every YouTuber does. Right? I've even seen commentary YouTubers do addendums where they say, okay, listen, I messed this and this up, y'all. Sorry, here you go. And then they take that link, put it in their description of the previous video where they messed up, and they type it in, hey, y'all, correction right here, or they pin it to the top of the comments. And I know many YouTubers that do this, but y'all don't, which is why we know that you intentionally lie like this. Here we go. Oh my God, I've got Jonathan Lee Rich's court papers. I don't want them, but I've got them. I'm not mad that you put them there. Oh, okay. This isn't the one I need, is it?
The one we're looking for talks about how it starts in 2019 and he has 5 years probation.
You've got to be shitting me.
No, because it's like March 29th, 2019 it started.
We have that. And Betty and JLR. Sorry, that happened because I had to restart. So Betty and JLR are very panicked about this whole PO thing. So I really shouldn't call the PO. I'm not going to call the PO, Betty. I'm not. Seeing how this is obviously extremely could affect both you and JLR because you're lying about it so viciously here. I'm going to have my lawyer do it.
Right? And he's so dangerous. But you know what? And this guy's like, no, I have a background, but I've been honest with to my audience about my background. Well, you know what's kind of funny? Everybody says that until we start digging in their background and find out that there's a lot more back there than what meets the eye.
Yep. Okay. Did I already add a live for this one? Did somehow I rewind? Oh, I did. I bet it's where we restarted. Okay.
Right? Because it's not just about what's on your paperwork.
No, I don't have any paperwork. I don't have any background. You're just literally, notice the way she said this so that she didn't accuse me directly of having a background. So that's so she could deny it later. You know? What she's trying to do is give an assumption to her audience. It's the same thing she's done this whole thing. You notice she lies about how many subs I have. She lies about, you know, all the things that we calculated here. She lies about JLR's probation. She lies about my background. It's her terrified that her audience is going to see my video, why she didn't name me. She's terrified that the audience is going to see what I'm showing. Now, when this happens, see, this is why I'm good at this, Betty, because I don't just say you're terrified. I then tell all the YouTube creators that watch me that you are terrified, not of me. You're not terrified of me. Terrified of the video I did that day. You've let me know your biggest weakness. JLR's biggest weakness is what he did with those serial bad guys, the infant baby dolls, the panties that are all on that channel I showed in that video. Now, if you guys try to get that channel taken down, we've already fully archived every one of JLR's videos in the past, and every single webpage, tweet, or anything about him is completely, absolutely. See, that's what I do. I've always said this. I don't have to dox you or look anything up on you. that you didn't post public yourself. I'll go out and look at everything you've publicly posted, and every single thing we find will go into an archive website, and an archive hard drive, and an archive mobile hard drive, no, plug and play hard drive. And that way, even if the website goes down, we've got these other even if that hard drive and that website goes down, we've got it here. Even if all 3 of my backups go down, we got 20 other people with it all backed up on their machines, because we've got a shit ton of storage space. And this is what we do. So it's forever ours. The internet's forever. It's there forever now. And I know that that's your biggest fear. And oh man, I just wish there were some YouTube creators like that might watch my show that are interested in finding some of the extreme things that JLR's done and giving their opinion on it on their channels. Because I know there's a lot of them out there. Why does it scare Betty, JLR shit? Why does it scare Betty? Because Betty has 1,000 clips going back since her very beginning of her channel, constantly talking about how good of a guy he is, how good he is at what he does. And she's talked about how she gives him private information. When she's doxed people, she will literally admit that she sent it to JLR, given it to JLR. Her and JLR looked it up. She knows that if JLR, if all that his past is so extreme that she knows if it gets out there and a lot of people see it, it's not just JLR that feels the effects, it's her. Okay, so you said that he said that the JLR is on Probo for 5 years starting in late 19 or March of 19 or something like that, right? So that does mean that Betty and JLR, that, you know, chat, let me start a poll here. Does JLR's, no. Has JLR's PO seen the videos of him trespassing, parenthesis, there are many, and recent, or proof of constant, I'll just put doxing, but I want to put constant doxing. Has JLR's PO seen the evidence? It's a yes or no question, but I would almost bet. I would almost put money on the fact that his PO has seen nothing. And if his PO isn't stopping him with the evidence that's out there, someone in my chat already let me know that we should go to the board above, or the person above that. We should go to that organization, that PO organization. So, I mean, I think Betty knows that he has a PO, and I think Betty is happy that his PO has chosen in the past to ignore the things that JLR has done. Those two things are such great information for Betty to slip up and give us. Such great information. Because again, Betty... So I went back... Go ahead.
Sorry. I went back and read SF Investigates. He said the earliest he could get off parole was September of 2023.
There you go. The earliest. See, I told the truth at the beginning of this video. The earliest that he can get off parole is September of 2023, and I literally said that at the beginning of this video. And she said that I don't have my facts straight. Now, SF Investigates has the damn paperwork. 5 years, and I've seen the paperwork because he put it up. And yes, it's 2019, 5 years. So I don't get it, Betty. Did he miraculously get off early? Because I mean, why wouldn't you just say that? He got off early. I think you're just really scared of that PO getting video evidence, because people like to send lots of information. They think they got to type up all this information. You just got to send a couple key videos. That PO needs to click that thing and immediately see what he's doing that is against the law or that's doxing people. You hook them with that. That's what goes first. And they get to see that. And that's what perks their interest. That's when you hit them with the massive proof of doxing. You could take what Molly has said. I don't know how many clips of Molly saying that JLR is look at how much money you want to bet that the PO has told JLR you don't look up, you do not mess with people's IDs after your prison sentence. Even after you're off parole, you better not mess with people's IDs ever again. Because I know for a fact that's what POs do. I know they tell people that kind of thing because I've got friends that talk about it. So the PO is wanting to make sure you're reformed. They want to make sure to give you the tools that you're not going to do anything again. And they'll straight tell you, don't start dealing in people's... Let's say that you're someone that likes to get into fights. Keep your ass out of the bars and stuff where you could get into a fight and then punch somebody so hard again that it'll break their face. Now, JLR, on the other hand, can barely move his arms because of the endless laxatives that he constantly eats. Yes, I back that up with video evidence. So we now know why his hat won't fit on his head, because this dude is literally a Skeletor. I'm not saying that the laxatives will do it to anybody. It won't. It'll do it to him because he overdoses on them. He eats entire boxes. That was played in my video if you'd like to go see it. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. Who cares?
How many times have law enforcement been at your house? I mean, there's a lot of things that can be done. Lots of things. Now,
I haven't had law enforcement at my house, so nice try.
That's not my job. I'm not trying to, but don't sit here and cast stones at people. And when they have enough and they start pointing back at you, you cry like a little baby.
Can you show me the video? You have me on the Discord.
Oh, I put the wrong thing on. What you just missed is saying, she said, don't cast stones because when we come back at you, you cry like a baby. I didn't cry like a baby. I let people know what you did, and I let you know what I was going to do because of what you did was illegal. And it violated the privacy of a bunch of people that are not public figures in any way. There's not even an argument for them to be. I talked about how I care when it comes to two things, terms of service and his PO. And now I've just had it backed up by paperwork that I was right to consider his PO, and I'm going to keep considering his PO. And then calling me a crybaby. So if you go watch my video where I responded, where I did not have any freakouts, Betty has had like 6 right now, like literally had 6 of them here. I didn't yell and scream. Betty's voice is raised so loud she peaked her audio at least in those 6 freakouts. Betty has lied over. Hold on. I got it. She said I was crying and all this stuff, so she gets 2 more. You've lied over 35 times. Now, these are the hard lies. If I was to literally take every lie, you'd probably have triple this amount. So I would say that you are projecting what you feel onto me, because none of the things you're saying is true about me. So you can lie all you want, Betty. You're under this assumption that when you lie about my background, that it somehow makes me fear or something. I don't have a background. My background I talked about was like a normal background, not a criminal one. You want to talk about cops showing up and all this stuff. Nope, wrong guy. There's too many Jason Smiths. I don't know how you don't realize this by now. Not true. And you came at me. You say that you came at me, right? But you didn't. You came at a bunch of innocent people. That's who you came at. You doxed them. You went into their names and you dug on their names to gain information that is private about them. You used the medium of PayPal to transmit the private information of non-public figures, of regular citizens, to someone in order to threaten that person because that person said things that hurt your fee-fees. So I don't know how I can own you any more than I already have. This is an ultimate ownage. No, seriously, Navy, rate it on a 0 to 10 and be honest with me if I'm not completely owning this wench. How much am I owning her?
It's an 11 because everything is so funny because she sounds like she's so confident in everything that she says. She's so arrogant about everything, you know, how much you don't know this and all this kind of stuff. That all you gotta do is be like, well, maybe you're right, Betty. Oh wait, we have all this evidence that shows you're an idiot. Congratulations.
Why would I say that I was going to reach out to his PO if I didn't already check to see if he had one, Betty?
Right.
I'm not you. I actually do the work. Now, what I'm saying is proven. See, watch. I know that you can't do this. I know that you can't even do this. Like, you suck so bad you can't even do this. So hold on. Let me just click here and get this to open because I crashed. So everything's acting funky here. Let me reload.
She can't even make up her mind whether or not he actually sent you a PayPal or not. She says, well, he did, and he said this, but it was just for an interview. but I don't even know if that was a real JLR.
So look, see, everything I'm saying is backed up right here and on the other channels that you pretend like you don't know about. Okay? Everything is right here. Yeah, if I were you, I'd be mad at me too. Yep. If I were you, I'd be mad too. Because this is all facts. And those are some long ass streams of facts and evidence right there. You know, I don't know why people watch me. I'm a little bit of a doofus. But I think they do because as much as we drone on, we do it for a reason. We do it because of your lies. If I was to come in and do a 30-minute stream and try to respond to you in 30 minutes, I would leave so many holes for you to lie on me. I would leave so many opportunities for you to continue with the lies. But when I've completely decimated every word that comes out of your mouth with logic, facts, and evidence and response, and you weasel away from that, it shows not just my audience, but your audience and you that you're lying and you're wrong. Get up in here, Betsy. Go get up in here, Betsy Boo. Where's the lie? Go grab it. Go clip it. Take it to your channel. Come at me. Come at me, Betsy Boo Boo. Because look at all that. Look at all those lies. And you can't pull one of them? Look at all that content, because those are all hours and hours and hours. And you want me to help you out? Oh, I'll even help you. Girlfriend. I'll help you out, girlfriend. You go right here and you click this little thing and you hit show transcript. Because then, you know, people either can play a 3-hour stream or they can hit Control F. Oh, don't you already know how to do this? Oh, you don't? No wonder you're constantly not unable to pull clips and find things in videos. You hit Control F. No, not that. Why did you do that? Why did you do that to me? I guess Streamlabs wants her lies to be giant. Okay, Streamlabs, fine. God. You hit Control F when you have this highlighted, not Streamlabs, or I'm sorry, OBS, and then you can go through and look at any of the stuff I said. You can find any keyword. You could look for, I don't know, what did I lie about? You're saying I lied about JLR? Okay, search for JLR, search for Jonathan, and go through and just hear all of it. Now, I tell you to do that because when you sit at a computer like we do, and I've been sitting in a computer since I was like 8 years old or 6 years old, and I know you have too, because you talk about how much of a professional you are and how good you're better than me, right? You're more trained and you're better than me. So you should be able to read way faster that data than you could hear it. And you can get through like 10 streams in a couple hours, because that's what I do. It's how I get so many clips from so many people and be able to do a show every day. You just blaze through that shit. Okay? You learn to speed read. So I know you know how to do this, or else you wouldn't be as good as me.
That looks really, really stupid. It's so funny because the whole world can see that you attack people endlessly and come up.
Okay, she said it looks stupid. That's a lie. Oh, no, hold on. That's true. That's the first honest thing you've said. My stream does look stupid because I'm reacting and featuring y'all. I'm not giving you a lie on that one. But hold on. I got to give you a lie for what you said right after it.
Really stupid. It's so funny because the whole world can see that you attack people endlessly.
Okay, so it is funny. I'm hilarious, but you're lying. I don't attack people endlessly. Criticism is not an attack, because criticism is talking directly about what you did. It is addressing facts. If I was to lie about the facts, about the history, about what really happened, you would be able to make an argument that it is an attack. But if I'm showing the truth, if I'm speaking logic that actually matches that truth, you can't call it an attack without lying, and that's why you get a lie on the lie-o-meter. Now, I'm gonna help you, because you can go through my content again and you can actually back up what you're saying, and I'm challenging you to do it. So when you don't do it, right, just be able to wear it on your sleeve that you know how much of a pathological lying narco that you are. I challenge your ass to show my lies. Show my attacks. Go show where I've attacked somebody. You just said it's all I do. All I do out of all that content is attacking people? Really? Well, then it would be extremely simple to click any of these attack fests as you define them and to pull the clips. I give you full permission. I will not come after you for copyright. I give you full permission right here. If I did try to come at you, you'd win because I'm giving you full permission to go through all of this live, show any of this that you want, the entirety of the damn channel, and show on your live stream where I've attacked anybody, because anything you show, I'm going to prove that it's true. And it's factual. And it's right. And then I can show the definition of an attack and prove even more that you're a lying, what did I call her? Betsy. You're a lying Betsy.
And come up with obviously, clearly you don't even have your facts straight, especially since you're calling his probation officer that doesn't exist. But hey.
I just proved that he exists. Which proves I have my facts straight. You said that I don't have my facts straight. I have to give you another lie. Go ahead, Navy.
Betty, everybody but you knows that his fucking parole officer exists. You're literally the only person that doesn't know this guy exists. Like, you're like, damn.
Chat, you have to give Navy some emojis. He's on fucking fire tonight. What is going on? Navy, I'm loving it, bro.
Hey, I mean, go ahead, make my day. And you said you haven't started on Bullhorn.
Go ahead, make my day. Go ahead and make my day, UNIRock. When's the last time I heard that one? Nick, if you're around, buddy, get on in here, bro. I miss you, buddy. I want you up here. I'm sorry I haven't got you up here before now, bro. I took yesterday off, though. I'm still stuck on you just lighting her on fire, bro. Like, my God. He is feeling spicy. He's dropping the hot sauce is what it is. Me and Navy love hot sauce, so.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, this has been an excellent stream. I'm just saying. Nick, if you're busy, it's okay, bro. Just get up here soon, okay?
I beg to differ about that, buddy, because you've been talking smack about me, too. You don't.
That's a lie. Again. Betty, you have to learn not to lie. Before you get too old. Before you get too much older, okay? You look nice. I like that you dressed up. Right? You see me as this evil character. See, this is the thing about evil characters, right? When you prove somebody an evil character, then you can correct them because they have a victim. They have someone they're targeting. See, it makes what I'm doing valid. It doesn't make it heroic. It doesn't make me special. It makes what I'm doing something anyone else can do. It makes it valid. But because you're not being honest about me, you're lying. Every lie you tell weighs on you. Do I have to curse you here? Is this going to curse you? Is that what it's going to do? Is it going to, like, since I'm the first person that's ever explained this to you, are you finally going to get a conscience? You want to act like, do you have some, I mean, you talk about believing in God. How do you not realize that the conscience you have is not a fake thing? Even if you don't believe in God, only reason I'm saying that is because she constantly talks about God. But if, let's say, she was an atheist, it still is built into us due to social structure from the atheist perspective over hundreds of thousands of years, that when we lie on somebody, we feel it because it can get us, ousted from society. It can harm us. And so we've developed instincts to feel guilty when we lie to help us exist and survive by the atheist perspective. By the God perspective, I could go on for hours. I won't. I'm just saying that's why you're always so angry. It's why you always get so triggered. It's because you have a lying problem. You know you're lying.
You don't know me. You know.
I don't need to know you. I don't want to know you. I want to talk about what you publicly post until you stop doxing, harming innocent people that are victims of tragedies and tragedy pimping. That's it. So just stop. I'll make a deal with you. You're so mad about me talking about you. We'll drop it all right now. You never tragedy pimp, lie, or dox anyone again. Go live and apologize for it, and say you'll never do it again, and we're done with you.
Nothing about me. But if
No, I know what you post publicly. Bullhorn Betty. I may not know Andra. I don't want to, but I'm talking about Bullhorn.
you're not going to give JLR the dollar I gave you to write him back and to send to him, I want my dollar back.
I already refunded you, you liar. Also, fuck, let me see if I can pull it up, this fucking liar.
Wait, so my question is this. My question in doing this for her is that, is JLR poor that she felt bad that he sent you $1 and so she sent you $1 to send back to him? Like, that don't make any
Yes.
She
Did
is out
someone
of her
dono to
fault.
me? Oh, I won't, but thank you very much. You know who you are. I didn't even ask. I've been too, trying to get done with this because I don't really think this is good content. It is kind of funny that I want to get done with it. I haven't even been sharing my pay link. Mods, do you mind doing it for me? Because I should be doing it.
Yeah, I'll drop it again.
Thank you. Oh, look at this. I'm about to fucking blow you out of the water, you liar. Okay, let me check it. Okay. Let me go ahead and put my screen up because I need to remove a transaction ID from this before I show it. You're about to be blown to smithereens, girl. What was her name? Betsy? You about to be blown to smithereens, Betsy Boo Boo. Oh no. Betsy Boo Boo. Oh no, Betsy Boo Boo getting blown to smithereens right now by Uni. She gonna cry. You just wait. By the way,
right now.
I'm giving her another life for this. Here we go.
Oh, and I
Ready?
wanted to remind you, if we get a chance to give out some rocks. We haven't done rocks in a minute.
Okay, I did give him last stream, but stream before. Well, you know what I mean. But I'm going to give extra rocks because you're right. We haven't been giving him enough. Last time, let me do this. I'm going to take out the email. This is how I know for a fact it came from her. By the way, she's already admitted she sent this. This is on the date and time that she sent it. She admitted that this is her. This is her. And this is an immediate refund. From the moment it came in, I immediately clicked it and I immediately refunded it. Here you go. You liar. You liar. You sent it to me with your PayPal balance, $1. I immediately refunded it with this transaction ID. I immediately typed refunding due to doxing, harassment, and also to create record for police report and restraining order. You got this. You read this. I know this for a fact. You are lying on me, and this is why. Not only me proving this lie like this is also proof to back up the other lies I showed. I am not lying on her. I am being honest. Everything I said from him being on a restraining order, for him being on probation, which she denied, I have blasted and told you exactly where to find it. And this, which I didn't want to show because I never do this. I never pull these. I never do this to anybody. But because she will not stop lying on me, this is immediate refund to her. And this is what I wrote. Now, I told you about this in that last stream where I didn't show my face because I didn't have a shirt on. And you didn't want to see my hairy chest. Yes, if you think I've got a beard, I've got a chest beard too. I don't got no back beard, thank God. So, what now, liar? Do I need to show any more Navy, or can I pull this off my screen?
I don't know what else there is need to be shown, Bubba. I think you pretty much just blew her out of the water right there.
I just completely fucking annihilated that her squirrely ass. What do you got to say now? You see, I know you got some of your trolls in here right now. Aren't you really mad that you sent them over? Because they just saw where you've majorly lied this whole time, but I just completely decimated you You can't get out of this one. You have been putting on an act. It's not even that you lied. You intentionally lied to the people watching you. You didn't lie to my audience. You lied to yours because you don't respect them. I'm telling the truth to my audience because I want to respect them. Do I always respect them? I just try because I don't. I mean, this is a new ground. If I would lie to you, I would disrespect you. And I say that to give respect to people like Heels who have criticized me, or Nonsense, or anyone that's criticized me, because I meant what I said. You can criticize me. I won't invalidate your criticism. I will attempt to take it into, if I can't debunk it or go against it or respond to it in some way, which I've tried in small ways, I will take it into account. I will listen to it, and I've tried. I'm not good at it. I'm not perfect, but I try, okay? And that's why I say that. You, on the other hand, are a liar. That's why you don't like me. You think you can bully me. I've had bullies come at me. You wouldn't even know what to do. You wouldn't even stand against them. You have not experienced anything like I've experienced, and I don't even whine about it. I don't even make myself a victim. I didn't go live, Betsy, to whine or cry like you're trying to convince people. I did it because the only way to stop bullies like you is to blast the truth to the masses. And as corny as it sounds, it's actually true. You can't stop this train. It's never going to stop rolling. I'll give you an out. I've given you several outs. I always give an out. Because if you were to actually take my out and I wasn't to give it to you, you could prove me a liar finally. Here's my out. You never tragedy pimp again. You apologize for your lies and doxings, make them right, and you never dox again. And you just do your normal content without attacking people, without doing all these things that you do. It's simple. You don't even have, I mean, it would only take 30 minutes of a stream for you to correct the shit you've done. And then you would be free to go do whatever you fucking want. But don't think I'm bullshitting. I don't lie like you. Every dox, not just the one you did to my family and myself, you and JLR is going in front of YouTube. And for JLR, it's going to that PO. Okay? Reason why you're so mad is because you know I'm telling the truth. Call me a liar while your behavior and choices and words prove that you know I'm telling the truth.
You're breaking Bullhorn Betty's account over here, buddy. I want my $1 back, okay? You either send it to him or refund it.
Okay,
You see,
I just want to say
you
something
see
real
this?
fast.
Do you see this?
Yeah. You know why she wants that $1 back, right? Is because whenever she goes out and stays at the Wish version of Motel 6, she needs that $1 to go to the candy machine to buy dinner. And she really needs that $1 back.
Okay, so I did a poll to find out how many of Betty's trolls are watching. Okay, so let's do this. Let's break it down. Has JLR's PO seen proof of him trespassing? There are many recent proof of doxes. Now, oh, wait, never mind. I did the wrong fucking vote. Now I fucked my vote. But anyway, 66% of you say no, but 33% of you think that this PO has. So there might be something I don't know about the PO. So anyway, I meant to do another poll after that one and I didn't do it. And I thought I did because I got distracted. Never mind. I usually put a poll up that I know you guys that watch me are going to click one thing and then her trolls are going to click another so that I can see the percentage of trolls. But that wasn't that poll. I messed up. Navy, what'd you just say? I'm sorry, bro.
I said she really wants that $1 back because when she goes out and stays at the Wish version of Motel 6, she needs that $1 to buy dinner from the dang candy machine.
No, bro. You notice how she keeps mentioning the $1 coming back when she has gotten it back. I've shown she immediately got it back. This is, I want everyone to hear how far she took the lie. Okay? Those other lies, some of the people watching, especially BHB fans that might be in here watching, they're going to not really register lies that aren't completely proven. Like if I'm sitting here saying, oh, you're lying because of this, they're not going to register that unless they go watch the last video or whatever I'm referencing. I just, though, pulled that factual evidence that everything she said about me refunding her money or about the dollar, which has been at least 12 times that I've counted, if not more by now, is showing you how far she goes to lie to her audience. That's how much she disrespects the audience. She will wield that audience, use that audience for money. She'll use that audience to attack people that she doesn't like or that refuse her interviews. And she'll wield you to go after her criticizers when they're telling the truth about her. Because, of course, she is a coward. And she knows if she does anything that she does herself is going to backfire on her, like her threats against me and nonsense. And she's putting up against a wall. Because there are people out there that she's threatened in the past that have made videos or that have gone out and said something somewhere and they didn't have a reach. You know, I almost believe she doesn't know about my bigger channels because until after this stream, because of course I tagged her from those channels, but I almost believe it because, you know, the things that she says here about certain things that she's saying make me think that, you know, either she's convinced herself that this is my main channel or something or whatever, but I lost my track of thought.
Anyways, so that was the
Oh, I know why I lost it, because I didn't add the lie. That's what was getting in my freaking head. So I was sitting here, my head was telling me, add the lie, add the lie.
comical. I thought you guys would get a kick out of it, but that was the comical stuff. Now we can get right, okay? Don't worry, Turkey Man. I'm about to get right, okay? I had to poke some fun. I still got my language of letting go. I read it this morning. I got it.
You read language of letting go. That's another lie, because I'm sorry, you would have taken some of it into effect, and you didn't. You read the language of lying before you did this stream.
Peace with myself. My peace.
You're not fooling anybody, Andra.
That's got to be the only book she owns. I can almost guarantee it.
It's because when she bought it, she thought it was going to tell her to release how to release next, but of course it doesn't say that, so she doesn't care. It's like, oh God, finally I'm going to learn how to release next before they expire. But of course the book was about something else and she got mad. Let's see if there's anything else.
Don't worry, guys. We did it now. We finally crossed the line. Now he's going to use that secret magic number to reach to YouTube to take us out.
No, actually, here's, again, I just want to make sure, because this is at the beginning, so a lot of you weren't in here. I never mentioned a secret magic number. I have a channel that has 30-some thousand now, and my audience is telling me I used to have 40, like 6 or almost 50 on it. But that's because she's trying to say that I'm not a big enough creator to be able to message YouTube, when this says that when you get your monetization, you are able to message YouTube, which would mean rockAlot should be able to, even if I only had it. But I don't. I have 3 channels. 3 other channels. This isn't even the smallest channel that I own. I have another channel smaller than this one. Anyway, this says this is the thing that I'm using to message what you and JLR did. Not call, message to YouTube, just so we're there, just so you get it. Yeah, this is something that she lied about again, but it's still another lie. Still another major lie. Gotta watch for that laugh.
He's got 7,000, but man, YouTube's gonna stop the presses for him.
I don't have 7,000, and I don't expect them to stop the presses. In fact, what I said was, it's gonna take months for them to ban you. And JLR. So you better, you know, lie to your audience as hard as you can until they get that information, because you can tell you're scared of it. It's another lie, though. I don't have 7,000.
These people.
You know, she now has to go back live, and she has to correct the record. She has to. She can't say, you know, she has said many times that she doesn't lie. She has said many times, well, I know she has a few things where she mentions that she lies sometimes. I've seen it, but most of the time she'll say that she doesn't lie and all that. No, unless you correct this, you have easily proven, like, this is super easy to prove lies. These are like YouTube or originating lies here.
Now we did it.
I want to read this because I think this is a great video and I'm really happy with the Jane show. So I need the mods. I'm going to give the mods the link here. And I would like it because this channel only has 18 subs for you to subscribe, please. Betty and JLR need mental health help. They need to not be online. They need to focus on themselves. Exactly. That's why my reports to not only YouTube, but the other platforms and other places, I'm going to report what they've done. If it leads to their banning, which I've already said, I don't know if they're going to be banned or not. I'm under the... okay, I'm going to give you the same thing I said about Molly. I'll do it in a minute. Navy, go ahead, buddy.
Oh, I just wanted to correct right fast. It's the Jane Snow, as in like Jon Snow in Game of Thrones.
Like Jon Snow, but Jane Snow. There we go. I hate how when I do this to fit it on my screen here, it freaking cuts it off. I hate that so much. Let me see if I can... yeah, Snow. I'm sorry. The Jane Snow. The link is in the chat, though. The mods are going to share the link until I go off the air, okay? The way things are going, it's only a matter of time before somebody gets hurt. Very true, because what they're doing is they're going to end up getting somebody who responds to their doxing in a way that my family won't. My family will do it the appropriate way. In fact, one of the people that they are doing this to is required by law to report what they're doing because of where they work and what they do. So they've really screwed themselves in that respect. Like Uni or not, it's not okay. It's still doxing. How can we keep allowing this to happen? We can't. We need to keep tagging Team YouTube. I'm not going to do it today. It's a Sunday. I'm going to do it strategically. I'm going to do it when we need to. I'm going to do it following the rules of YouTube. And just now, that it's funny that she tries to turn tagging YouTube into something that makes me the bad guy. Because if that's true, 90% of creators out there are the bad guy. It's a Gundam now is the bad guy because he just tagged Team YouTube and I retweeted it 2 days ago. Yesterday? Yesterday. So how did he tag Team YouTube? Well, guess what? I am going to prove to them. I'm going to prove it. And I'm going to do it by going to It's a Gundam's video. This is going to be funny. I'm going to pull his transcript exactly how I told Betty to. I'm going to hit Control F. I'm going to type in Team YouTube into the search. All right. I had to type YouTube. It didn't register him saying team. YouTube Shorts bad, fun bad. All I got to do is, he's only got 16 YouTubes in his video, so I'm going to go until I find what I need. Here we go. So now I'm going to prove Betty wrong about tagging Team YouTube. I'm going to prove Molly wrong about tagging Team YouTube. I'm going to prove the Potato Heads wrong about tagging Team YouTube. I've already have, by the way, several times, but I'm going to do it again through using one of my favorite creators.
Somebody with two brain cells to rub together goes, wait a minute, there's nuance here and this isn't exactly right. So now, if you want to help, I'm probably going to tweet about this on Twitter. If you have a Twitter account, feel free to interact with the tweet, and you can @ YouTube towards it. The more people that...
Oh, hold on. Navy, did this large YouTube creator follow the exact rules that I'm following on a completely different situation, in a completely different community, a million YouTube miles away from us? Did this creator somehow, and who knows how he knows, to tweet Team YouTube and then to have his audience go underneath his tweet to tag Team YouTube? But that's exactly what I am doing. Is it because we both are just, it's like the most massive coincidence ever, Navy? Or could it be that this is the rules of YouTube? What do you think, buddy?
I kind of think it's the rules of YouTube. And if someone knew how to read anything other than what's in her binder, she would know this.
She lied about that. I mean, I'll be nice and I'll only give her 7 lies in her entire stream about that whole thing, tagging Team YouTube and all that, but you're going to hear it again. That's how I just want to rub it in their damn faces, okay?
So now,
CR
if you
in the
wanna
live
help,
chat
I'm
is telling me that even JLR said to tag Team YouTube.
Really? Even Betty and JLR, I would assume, have done it, and I'm being told JLR has done it, but that's because they're liars. If anything, this entire stream is nothing but evidence after evidence after evidence after evidence. Every 10 seconds, Betty is a pathological narcissist liar. She's dangerous. She wants to call herself the most dangerous person on YouTube. No, that's your friend JLR. After what we saw, him taking infant baby dolls and putting the murmurer's face on it, who murmured all the kids, and then pretending it's his best friend, trying to pretend like he didn't do anything wrong, trying to pretend like those kids deserved it, all that shit that he did. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm saying it.
Probably going to tweet about.
Unlike you, I don't lie, but hold up. Hey, Gundam, love this dude. One of my favorite all-time creators on the entire platform. Will you please tell me what we're supposed to do when someone doxes us, doxes someone else, breaks TOS, threatens us, or anything that we need from YouTube that we can't get help on? What do we do, Gundam?
Outside of the normal means of YouTube for help, because basically this is an algorithm problem. And the usual avenues for help that a content creator has is you send a repeal and pray that somebody with 2 brain cells to rub together.
So what you do with the normal method is to go file a report on whatever content, whatever happens. But because this is a situation outside of filing a regular click a button on a video, what do you do, Gundam? What do you do, buddy? What does every creator do? Proving these people know nothing about our platform and proving that I am literally following the rules and telling the truth. What do you do, Gundam?
Goes, wait a minute, there's nuance here and this isn't exactly right. So now, if you want to help, I'm probably going to tweet about this on Twitter. If you have a Twitter account, feel free to interact with the tweet, and you can @ YouTube towards it. The more people that interact with it, the more likely something will actually be done, because this...
Oh my God in heaven, it's literally what I said out of his mouth. It's almost like we both know the rule and are exercising the rule that YouTube gave us, Navy. It's crazy. Wow.
Shocking.
Shocking.
This is a total goof up. Losing 1 month of...
All right. I'm not here for Gundam's issue. But please, if you do have a Twitter account, he is, and if you've never seen him, you're missing out. I'm not even kidding. You will thank me because you will be entertained for hours. But even if you don't, this man does need help. He needs YouTube to know what happened. We tweet YouTube, not to get anyone banned. If that was true, if you scroll down on my Twitter, you would have seen that I've tag team YouTube for many reasons that are just not this one. But when you get what I'm saying, damn it, and he needs help. He needs someone to help him, and he needs people to tag team YouTube under his tweet in order for him to, get his monetization back. He didn't deserve to lose it. He didn't do the thing that the algorithm thought that he did, and he has to tag team YouTube to get help. So if you want to help somebody that deserves help because he's a great guy and a great creator, go help him for me, okay? It's the least I can try to do. I've tweeted it. You can find it at UNIRocktv. If you don't want to search him out, you can just scroll down until you see it, and you can just do what you do, okay? But this is what we're supposed to do, liar face Betty. I think what I'm going to do is just give her a nickname, Navy. I think I'm going to name her Betty, the pathological lying narcissist, Bullhorn, the lying pathological narcissist Betty. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm just going to call her that every time she's on our stream ever now.
Bullhorn of lies.
The Bullhorn of lies. Thank you, Sarah, for subscribing to rockAlot. Thank you to all of the the Bullhorn Betty subscribers that have written out to me in the last couple days. Thank you to all of the JLR supporters that have abandoned these two and written to me to let me know that they disagree with what they did and that you're not going to support them anymore because of them doing this. And I think that shows that you shouldn't feel bad that you supported and followed somebody because they were lying. When the reason these people are full of lies, the reason that they constantly lie is because they have to. It's every subscriber on JLR and Betty and every serial clickbaiter, every serial tragedy pimp, every scammer on the platform, every sub is a lie they've told. They tell a lie to get every one of those subs. And that once they build the lies, which is the subscribers for them, if they don't keep feeding them that narrative, that lie, that fake facade that they have given them to believe in, they can't make money. And it puts them into a constant, reoccurring position of being a pathological liar or of going broke. Now, also, these are the kind of people that came to the platform to pathologically lie because they knew even if they told the truth, people would eventually figure out that these people have done the extreme things that they've done. And they said to themselves, I've done so much wrong. I've done so much bad. I've done so many extremely crazy things that it's no use for me to try to be a normal creator. I have to build the facade of a lie. I've got to do this because I'll get a bunch of subs. Someone will come in and let them know what I've done in my past and they'll all leave me. But Betty and JLR, you were wrong. That's not true. If you would have built your channels by proving to everybody through your content, the only thing that they have, we aren't doxers. We don't take the internet seriously. We don't get obsessed over people like you do. That's your problem. And when we look at you, we're going to say to ourselves, it is your job, Betty, to make content that will show me what you are to the extent of what you're doing, right? You don't got to jump through hoops. All you got to do is do enough work in your content that proves that you aren't the person that you are so regrettable about being, right? Betty, in my opinion, I don't know if there's something about her that we don't know, but she's not JLR. She didn't have to be Betty. She could have just been a normal creator, and if she would have put an ass load of work into this, she could have had a channel that paid her. JLR, on the other hand, knew. Now, he fits that bill. Even if JLR had 100,000 subs and he was doing great and he was reformed, people would look at how recent a lot of the stuff he's done is and how it wouldn't work for the man. It would just never work for the man. It would just always be that way. So JLR is stuck there. We're done though. We're done though, thank God. Go ahead,
I have to bounce.
Yeah, I do
game
too.
time.
Is it? Awesome, bro.
8 o'clock on Sunday night. Yes, sir.
Is it
We'll
8
do a little
o'clock?
D&D. It's 9 o'clock your time.
Oh my
9 o'clock
God.
your time.
Oh no. Okay, man. Well, have fun, Navy. I was gonna do a stream on Kick. I'll probably do it in the morning. So hopefully
Sounds
you can
good,
watch,
bro.
and we'll see you, man.
Have a good one.
You too, buddy. And chat, all I'm gonna do is scan you real quick before we roll. You know, all I can say is I am cringy. I am cringy. Because I have to go basic when I deal with someone that doxes me like they've tried to, or they lie about me like they've tried to. You have to go basic. What you got to do is basically, respond. And if you're going to respond, if they're going to do a video and respond to it, you're going to have to go through it pretty completely. So the thing, why am I saying it's cringy? Because I shouldn't have to tell you something as simple as what I just said about Betty and JLR. And I shouldn't have to explain how much of a pathological liar she is. I shouldn't have to I shouldn't have to have a lie counter on my damn screen. Let's get rid of that. I shouldn't have to do any of these things. This is cringy content for me to give you those really, let's call it very obvious things. Those obvious things, they're not great content. The jokes, the funniness, the clowning on them, showing how desperate they are to make money that they'll go out and be who they are. That's good content. Responding to this garbage is not. But so those of you that watch the stream, thank you. And any creator like Rotten Whispers, Sarah Snow, and there's a bunch of others. I'll see if I can come in with a list that called out JLR and Betty for doing this to me. I thank you because they did this to family members of mine that for some reason they might have thought they could get some information out of. But the thing is, I don't have enemies like that. It's not gonna work, right? Yes, Daryl, thank you for reminding me. My goodness, Navy's not gonna get him though. He's gonna be mad. I'm giving you rocks, and then we're out of here. Audi 5000 now. This probably is going to only be the first time I've said this tonight. If you like my show, and please do not take this video as indicative of my show. Yes, I'm getting them rocks right for you. I'm opening up my rock distributor while I tell you that you can support me by liking and subscribing here and UNIRock2, my Twitter, my Kick, and my TikTok, which all has been floating on the screen in this box. You can read my friend's book, which is excellent. You can get it for free. The link's below. I really do still need you guys that maybe haven't checked my friend's book out to check it out because it would help him. And it supports my show, but you don't have to. And no, it doesn't cost any money. It's absolutely free, and it's on Amazon. It's a free book. They let him make it free, and he had so many people checking it out that he was like, I'm going to give it to him because it's his first one, and he wanted to give you guys. He is so confident in that book that he thinks if you read the first book that you will come back and read his others. So I'm going to give you guys 500,000 rocks, and I know that's a lot. 560,000 accidentally went in, so that's what it's going to be. So here's what you got to do. Type or emoji to get the rocks. They're absolutely free, of course. You got to type or emoji to get the rocks. Make sure you're following me at kick.com/UniRock because if you like my streams, I'm extremely silly over there. I'm extremely dumb over there, and I want to do something special before I leave you guys. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try. Okay, so right as soon as I'm done with this special thingy, I'm going to pay the rocks and go, but I got to grab one little thing. Haley! Hey, Haley, how you doing? Are you doing all right?
What were the skies like when you were young?
Have a penny? Time ought to work. Okay, for those of you that will be cringed out and stuff by what I'm about to do, you might want to leave. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Now, I haven't played guitar until today. I hadn't played guitar in about a year. Today was like my first day in a year. It's already out of tune. Let me give you a song while I tune it, damn it. Okay. I'm gonna throw these things. So, I've got a little bit of a song for you that I just wrote, and you probably are gonna. It's not gonna sound good because we tried to get this ready before the stream and it didn't work. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I have to turn off two things really quick. No. Actually, wait. I got to turn it off over here on my equalizer if I'm going to even attempt this cringy thing that I'm about to. I'm so stupid. Me. Oh my god, this is gonna be cringy. I am cringy. I am being cringy. I am sacrificing myself on the cringe for you. And then I'm gonna pay you rocks. You suffer through this for rocks, and I just dropped my damn pick. Oh my god, am I gonna lose it? Oh, it's gone. And it's gone. And it's gone. Oh my god, I'm trying to get some of you to leave, but there's still like 200 people that are going to watch me do this, and this is embarrassing. Betty tried doxing my family cause she's a cringy locale. She's a cringy locale. Betty came after me and she tried to dox my family cause she's a locale. A cringy locale. Betty is a locale, Betty is a locale. Fuck you, Betty. Betty is a locale, Betty is a locale. Fuck you, Betty. Betty is a locale, Betty is a locale. Fuck you, Betty. I'm out. Peace. Audi 5000G. See ya. Well, was it not too bad? No, it was really bad? Okay, look, okay, seriously. I haven't played guitar in a year, and I just literally wrote a brand new song and then performed it. I think it's an accomplishment, even if it was a little bad. Needs a little work? Oh, I can take that one. Encore? Oh, I can. T-spiracy? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe next time, okay? I'll make another one for next time. I can't, look, the fact that I even remotely played it in a way that sounded kind of like a song is an accomplishment. Here come your rocks. I'm counting them down now in the chat, and then I'm out at 5,000. Make sure you like and subscribe and share. That clip exists now, damn it. That's the thing. That clip forever exists now. I embarrass myself for your entertainment. Tell me if Betty ever does it. You ever play a song like that, Betty? I don't think so, Betty. I don't think so, Betty. No, not that one. I don't think so, Betty. There we go. All right.